Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cliveden House. It's a delight to see you all, such friendly, smiling faces. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a truly wonderful selection of collector cars that we have for you in this stunning location of Cliveden House. Before we commence, I'd like to draw your attention to one or two partnerships and some upcoming sales. We are delighted to announce that Cars UK and its global cars affiliates is RM Sotheby's exclusive recommended international shipping partner. Cars is recognized as the leading specialist in collecting car transportation, storage, and provides an unsurpassed level of service. For more information for their services, please speak to their team at the desk here or by visiting carsworldwide.com. We would also like to draw your attention to another partner of ours, which is Currency Solutions over there. If you need currency exchange for your purchase, our FCA authorized partners, Currency Solutions, can lock in today's rate and help trim the exchange costs. Their senior specialist, Steve, is right over there, so please tap him on the shoulder for a straight-talking FX advice. Now then, on to some of our upcoming auctions. We have the Champions Schumacher and F1 Legends sale, ladies and gentlemen. Between July the 23rd and July the 30th, we're offering a staggering collection of Schumacher and other F1 memorabilia. Remarkable collection, biggest names in the sport, of course, 300 unique pieces, entirely without reserve, ladies and gentlemen. Highlights include gloves, boots, helmets, racing suits, and the likes of Formula One champion Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, and Ayrton Senna. Please see rmsotheby's.com to see the lots on offer. We will, of course, be returning very shortly to Monterey Car Week, our flagship sale of the year. It's our 28th Monterey Peninsula auction, and 2025 promises to be another year of exceptional offerings, ladies and gentlemen, to cross the block. Taking place on August the 15th and August the 16th, you can expect to find some of the world's finest automobiles offered for sale. And please refer to our website for further information. We have a new date for our prestigious Munich sale. Join RM Sotheby's on the 18th of October for an unforgettable automotive auction at Munich's iconic Motor World location. Now for its fourth year, it is our flagship German auction and has earned a place as one of Europe's most prestigious collector car events. For timeless pre-war legends to coveted young timers, cutting-edge supercars, please speak to a specialist team today about consignment opportunities. And we are delighted to be announced that we'll be returning to the stunning London Peninsula Hotel. The Peninsula London undoubtedly occupies one of the city's most prestigious addresses and represents cutting edge of luxury in the capital. Outstanding selection of cars will be offered, which will take place on the 1st of November on the eve of the RAC, Royal Automobile Club London to Brighton Veteran Car Run. This flagship sale is open for consignments, and we have a few very special ones already consigned, ladies and gentlemen. So please speak to a specialist today. And on the 5th of December this year, we'll be conducting our second sale in Abu Dhabi, and the first as part of a highly new prestigious event called Collectors Week, being conducted alongside our colleagues at Sotheby's and in partnership with the Abu Dhabi Investment Office. This groundbreaking multi-category luxury event is taking place during the first week of December 2025 and will encompass a week of exceptional activities and exhibitions. The sale promises to be a sale of really, truly unique quality, with a fine offering of jewellery, watches, handbags, and real estate, and of course, motor cars. Please keep an eye on our website for more information. My name is Will Smith, and I'd like to introduce our wonderful auctioneer, Mr. Malcolm Barber, who'll be taking the first part of the sale. I have a few important notes which I must share with you before we begin. Buyer's premium is 15% plus VAT for all motor car lots with a final hammer price of £200,000 or less. In the event of a final hammer price above £200,000, on motorcar lots, a buyer's premium of 15% plus VAT will be paid on the first 200,000, and a buyer's premium of 12.5% plus VAT will apply to a hammer price above 200,000. Please be aware buyer's premium is charged inclusive of VAT, which is non-reclaimable, and all cars will be removed to the auction room following the sale to secure storage in Chobham, operated by Cars. The fee for this removal is £495 plus VAT per lot, and daily storage charges will commence at £30 plus VAT per car, commencing Monday, 14th of July. Please be aware that cars that have entered the EU on a temporary import bond will be subject to an administrative fee of £300 plus VAT, or £350 plus VAT rather, to cover customs formalities. And please note, it is the buyer's responsibility to ensure their purchase lot whilst in storage. Also note that the auctioneer may open the bidding on any lot by placing a bid on behalf of the seller. The auctioneer may further bid on behalf of the seller up to the amount of the reserve, where there is one, by placing responsive or consecutive bids for a lot. Please note that sale room notices and addenda read ahead of any applicable lot this evening supersede the catalogue descriptions. Please visit the auction settlement office should you have any questions at all, and to collect your invoice. Otherwise, successful bidders will be emailed their invoice on Wednesday, the 9th of July. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we shall commence. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we shall start with lot number 101, which is the 1911 Clément-Talbot 12 horsepower Tourer. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, part of the incredible collection that's been entrusted to us by the Boland Collection. We thank the family very much indeed for their trust. This is a car fresh from 57 years in their ownership, ladies and gentlemen, in one of the most famous collections in Ireland. Malcolm.
Thank you, Will, very much indeed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to see you all. Very poignant moment for some of us. Jim Goland, of course, a stalwart in the veteran vintage and collector's car world. We've been entrusted with his collection by Breeder and the family, and thank you very much indeed. I think I can safely say when I was in short trousers, Jim was at my very first auction. So good to see some of the cars here. They've been in long-term ownership, as you know. Catalogue descriptions are all there for you. Thank you for your help with the family. Research desk at the back. The Clément-Talbot. What do we say for this? Starting the bidding, there's interest from overseas on this, ladies and gentlemen. The 1911 Clément-Talbot Tourer of 10,000 already bid. Thank you at the back. 11,000 bid. 12,000. Against you online at 12,000. 13,000. I have 13,000. You bidding, sir? 14,000. 15,000. 15,000 offered now. The phones are in at 15,000. 16. I saw the room first, voice of God. 16, I saw the room first. Thank you very much indeed. 16, 17 further back. At 17, 18,000, 19,000. Is 20,000, is it going back to the Emerald Isle? 22,000. 22, should we say 1? 23,000. 24,000. 25,000. 26,000. Now, just hesitate a moment for you, sir. £26,000. Any more online? £26,000. Bid at the back there. 27,000. 28,000. You said no last time, sir. What about 500? What about 500, sir? 28,500 bid. 500, sir? 29,000. But thank you. Spend it with me later, yes? Spend it with me later. 29,000 the bid. Any more? At £29,000. Any more? Are we all done in the room, online? Greg, we're all done? VOG? £29,000, the first of the Boland collection. That's yours, sir. 8007, thank you very much.
Lot number 102 is the 1954 Rolls-Royce Silver Dawn Saloon, equipped with its matching numbers engine, delivered new to Edinburgh in January 1955. Elegant colours, ladies and gentlemen, and an ideal car for club events and touring.
Thank you very much, Will. 1954 this year. We've got a selection of early cars, as you know. This, the Silver Dawn Saloon, prized by Jim and Breeder. What should we say for it? I've got several offers of 15,000, Will. 16, 17,000 bid at 17,000. 18,000, thank you. Nice to see you at 18,000. At 18,000 bid in the room. 19,000, 20,000. 21? 21,000. No, Glyn, look at me. 21,000, don't look at him. 21,000's the bid. You want 500? 21,000's the bid over here, selling the car. 21,000, any more? 22,000, 23,000, 24,000, 25,000, 26,000. Just a moment, 26,000, 27,000, 28,000. Should we say 500? Should we say 500? No, it's on my right at 28,000, the Silver Dawn. 28,000 on my right. There's a Phantom 2 coming up, sir, remember? 29,000, or should we say 500? 500, 28.5 is the bid. 29,000 on my right. Is it 500, sir? 29,000, 500? Yes, 500. 30,000. There's a Phantom 2 coming up later, all right? Save it for that. I know you're keen. Save it for later, yes? £30,000 bid on my right. Is there another 500 anywhere? Is there another 500 anywhere? Online, no. 30,000 bid, bids on my right. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys. 8028.
Lot number 103 is the Daimler TD38 Tourer, offered from the collection, of course, and fascinating known original ownership history, ladies and gentlemen. Formerly owned by noted early collector John Cuthell-Sword, a participant in veteran car club events since the late 1940s. Marvellous Daimler, impressive quality and superb character.
Well, it's very interesting for those of you who might recall all those years ago, the most famous and early collection of cars ever to come on the market as one single collection in the UK. That was the Sword collection in Glasgow, and this car came from it. The Daimler TD38 Tourer, ladies and gentlemen, will start it at 22,000 already offered. 22, 25 is bid. 28 I've got. 28 online, 30,000 bid. £30,000 bid already at 30, 32. 32's the offer now at 32, right in front of me at 32,000. Any more online? The absentee is out at 32,000, 34,000, 35,000. 35's the offer, 36,000. 37, 37,000. 38,000. Thank you very much indeed. 38,000. The bid's over here at £38,000. Is there any more? At £38,000. Any more? Selling the car at £38,000. Phones out. 38,000 and selling. You sure for 500? 500? No. Okay. At 38,000 and selling. You're all done. No one offering more. That's yours. 8435.
Lot number 104 is the Napier Model T44, 35 horsepower launderette, ladies and gentlemen. Offered from the collection, of course, and known ownership history from new with a very fascinating history file, extremely original example, and a very significant and important Napier. Please note the car has entered the UK on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the car outside of the UK on an improved bill of lading with supporting custom documentation or by paying the applicable VAT and taxes to have the lot remain in the UK.
Thank you very much. This Napier, which is showing outside, I started and ran it. It was on the button last Friday. very stately car, great history, and we are thankful to one of the previous owners for all the information they gave us about this Napier. Cunard coachwork, of course. Thank you, just making sure the phones are through. And another prized possession from Jim's collection. Where can we open the bidding? We can at £40,000. £40,000 bid. Bidding? I have 40. 42,000. 45,000. 45,000 bid at 45,000. Any more? At 45,000 we have the bid. At 45,000 with the bid here. Car is selling, of course, at £45,000. Any more? 48,000. Standing bidder. Thank you. 48,000. Bid at the back at 48. 48,000. Any more? The Napier at £48,000. The bidder is standing. No one offering more. Phone is waiting. At 48,000. Any more? Do I sell the car, ladies and gentlemen? At 48, he's out. Thank you. At 48. Yours is the bid, sir. At 48,000. No one offering more? No one offering more. At £48,000 then. All done? Absentees out. Telephones out. Rooms in. No more? That's yours, sir. 48. Take your number, if I may. 8013. Thank you.
And lot number 105 is the 1912 Sunbeam 12 16 horsepower open drive launderette, ladies and gentlemen. Marvellous, largely unrestored, preserved condition. Known ownership history from new with two families, just two family owners from new. Part of the Boland collection since 1982. And again, please note the car has entered the UK on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled by either exporting the lot outside the UK on approved bill of lading or supporting the custom documentation by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UK.
Thank you very much. Lot 105, the Sunbeam open drive landaulette, which is showing on our screens now. Bidding already at 18,000, 19,000, 20,000, 22,000. Bid at 22 against all absentees. Yes. 25,000, 28,000, 30,000. Take one if it helps. It doesn't. But at £30,000. The bid's on my right. At £30,000. Take one anywhere else. At 30,000. Are we all done? Online, it's against you at 30,000. No one offering more? Selling on my right at £30,000. Are we all done? Last chance. All done then at 30,000. No one offering more? 30. That's yours. 8374.
And lot number 106, ladies and gentlemen, is of course the 1905 Clément-Talbot Model 4 VB 12-15 horsepower Tourer. Advanced, powerful veteran turbo with very fine heritage, believed to have been retained in Ireland since 1906 when it was delivered to the Coleman family and acquired by Jim Boland and his family ownership for 70 years. Restored in its current ownership and often enjoyed at events and rallies, known to have been entered in at least 2 London to Brighton runs and one of the great prizes of the Boland collection. Please note, it has also been brought into the UK on a temporary import bond, but we've heard that before.
Okay, thank you. Lot 106, the Clément-Talbot, showing right outside there on your left, ladies and gentlemen. Again, long-term ownership, a very good and reliable tourer in its time. Hasn't been used in recent years, but where do we open the bidding on this? I'd like to start it at £30,000, please. 30,000. 30 I have bid. 30 I have bid. 32, thank you. 35, several places. 38, 40. I've got 40 bid. 42, 45, 48. 48 I have. One more. 49. 48 I have then. 49,000 bid. 49,000 bid. Any more at 49,000? Any more at 49,000? Are we all done? The bid's in front at £49,000. Selling the car. Set 50,000. 50,000. Take 2 quickly if it helps you. Take 2 quickly. 51,000 I've got. 51 I have. 51. 51, 52. Further back, thank you at the back, 53. Nearer me at 53, seated now. The bidder is seated. 54. 54. Not yours, seated. One more. 55,000. 56,000. Further back now at 56. Do I sell it against you? You've come all this way for this car, sir. Go one more. 57,000. Nearer me and seated at 57,000. 57. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, fourth row. 57,000. Any more at the back? Any more at the back? 57,000 is bid. 58. Got it now. 58. 58,000. Not yours in the fourth row. One more. 59,000. 60,000. Straight back at the very back. 60,000. 61, would you like? 61 I've got. We're doing it the hard way, but doesn't matter. Take your time, thinking time. 61,000 bid, fourth row, at 61,000. 61,000. 62,000. 63,000. 63,000. 64,000. Not yours in the fourth row. 65? 65 I've got. We've got the tent until tomorrow morning. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. £65,000 bid in the fourth row. Any more up there? VOG? No? All done online? Well, £65,000. Is there another anywhere? Selling the car, of course, at 65,000. Any more? Don't miss it for a bid at the back. 66,000. You had some thinking time there. 66 and selling the car. 67. 67. You said no before, but you can change your mind before the hammer falls, sir. 67,000. One more? You sure? We take credit cards. Anything to help. £67,000. The bidder is near me. Going back to the Emerald Isle then at £67,000. We all done? Last chance. I don't want a look of disappointment later. 68,000. 68,000. I don't want a look of disappointment from either of you later. 69. What's that? £70,000. Okay, we got it there in the end. £70,000. 70,000. Do I go one? No? Thank you very much. Well, there's one gentleman looking very pleased, another person looking very despondent down there at £70,000. Last chance. That's your car, sir, at 70,000. 8296.
And lot number 107 is the 2013 to Dion-Bouton Type DX Tourer. Also brought into the UK on a temporary import bond, ladies and gentlemen. Formerly owned by the renowned collector Richard C. Payne. UK delivery example showing many period-correct features and very attractively presented throughout, ladies and gentlemen. The 1930 de Dion.
Well, this little de Dion, I remember selling this from the Payne collection quite a few years ago. Since then, it's been actively campaigned in the Gordon Bennett rallies in Ireland, obviously maintained by the Boland family. Little de Dion Type DX. We've had interest from far afield on this car. £15,000 bid, 16,000, 17,000 in three places, 18,000. Gus, what about you? 19,000, your sort of colour, thank you. 20,000 bid. 20,000 bid at £20,000. Gus, any more? At 20,000, thank you. £20,000, any more? Another one from anywhere? Selling the car at £20,000. Are we all done? Are we all done at 20,000? Take one anywhere quickly. No more. 20,000 and selling All done. Thank you. And that's 8189.
Lot number 108 is the 1921 Rolls-Royce 4050 horsepower Silver Ghost Tourer. An unusually intact Silver Ghost, ladies and gentlemen, benefiting from the fine provenance and design, of course, retained by its original family until 1976 and been part of the Boland collection for 40 years, ladies and gentlemen. A prized possession with its matching numbers engine, ideal for RREC rallies and other events. Marvellous Tourer, the 1921 Rolls-Royce.
Thank you. This very elegant Hooper-bodied Silver Ghost Tourer hadn't been used for some years, but started literally first time for us when we showed it to some clients the other day. Very sweet runner indeed. And where can we open it? I think we'll open it at 60,000. We have a bid of £60,000. Opens the bidding. £60,000. At 60. With the bid at 60. At 60. Any advance from the room at 60? I have it here at 60. Absentee at 60. What about online? At 60. Against you online at £60,000. Any more? At 60. Well, do I sell the car then? At 60. 65,000. 65,000 on my left. 70,000. Thank you online. 3 of you in at £70,000. At 70. At 70,000. 75. Thank you, sir. At 75. 75,000. At 80,000 bid. 4 of you in. £80,000. £80,000. Any more? At 80. Thank you online. It's 85,000. Telephone now in. At 85,000. 5 of you in now. At 85. Oliver, against you. At 85,000. What about you in the on the aisle there? 85. No, you're out. Thank you. At 85,000. At £85,000, taking the telephone bid. Any more in the room? Selling the car then? £85,000. Any more? No more? 90, oh, 80, what should we say? 87? 87,000 bid. 87,000 bid. 90,000 bid on the phone. 90,000 bid on the phone. I'll take 2, sir. I'll take 2. Sure. Original Hooper coachwork. Very original car at £90,000. Any more? Little just conferring down there. Holding the bid against you. You sure? I don't want to see you disappointed lately. I'll take 1 if it helps. No? £90,000. Are you all done? Online? 90,000 then. Telephone has it. Thank you. 8222.
Lot number 109 is the 1938 Alvis 4.3-litre SB Saloon. Also obviously brought into the UK on a temporary import bond, ladies and gentlemen. Long-time Alvis car club, well enjoyed by enthusiasts and caretakers. Part of the Boland collection since 1990, and fascinating ownership and history file. Lovely older restoration, and retains its original chassis, engine, and coachwork.
Thank you very much. The Alvis showing right outside here then. Right outside the tent. 1938's the year. Bids from overseas, Southern Hemisphere in fact. We've got a bid of 20,000 on it. £20,000 is offered. 20 is the bid. At 20,000. We've opened at 20. At 20,000. Bidding, sir? 22,000. 22. 25,000. 25,000 bid now at 25. Take 26 anywhere, but at £25,000. 25 the Alvis. All quiet on the phone desk. £25,000. Any more? Any further offers? Selling the car at £25,000. Are you all done in the room? Overseas bidding now. Are you sure now? Last chance. 25,000. There we are. It's 8189. Yes.
Lot number 110 is the 1931 Lagonda 3-litre Wayman Saloon. Known ownership history from new, ladies and gentlemen. Very high quality older restoration to factory specs. Part of the Bolin collection for over 3 decades and a fascinating history file, including extensive correspondence from previous owners. It's lot number 110.
Yeah, and also it was the front of a Lagonda Owners Club Christmas card one year as well. So it's got its claim to fame there, Will. We'll open the bidding, I think, at 35,000. £35,000, the Lagonda, at 35,000. Yes, we have it. 35 the bid. 35,000. Bidding, 38,000. Against you on the aisle, would you like 40,000 bid? On the aisle there at 40,000. 42,000. 42,000 offered at 42 now. At 42,000. Any more in the room? At £42,000. Any more? Selling the car at 42,000. Any further offers? Car is being sold at £42,000. Any more? No more online? All done then? 42,000, are you sure? At £42,000. No more. Thank you, and that's 8189. Sold.
And lot number 111 is the Sunbeam 12 16 horsepower Tourer. Again, ladies and gentlemen, all of these cars from the Bolin collection coming in on a temporary import bond, please be aware. Known ownership history from new, retains its matching numbers engine, used in touring and enthusiast events since the early 1950s, and featured with Peter Sellers, no less, in the 1959 The Mouse That Roared. A wonderful example of the Wolverhampton Sunbeam.
Well, a film star car coming up for us, ladies and gentlemen, the Sunbeam Tourer. And again, starting and running. We had it showing to clients last week, started on the button. And we'll open the bidding at, well, 25,000 already bid. 25,000 already offered. 25,000 offered for Sunbeam, yes? 28,000 at 28,000. 30 against you, sir. At £30,000 bid. At 30,000. Against you at the back, 32,000. Thank you. 32,000. 35,000. I have 35,000, not yours at the moment. Some thinking time at 35,000. Any more down here at 35,000, 38,000. Thank you on my right, 40,000. Now it's against you, and it's against you. I have an absentee against you at £40,000. Go one if you wish. At £40,000. Go one if you wish. Yes, one. 41,000. Your bid, sir, at 41,000. 42's against you. 42's against you. Go 43 if you want. 43, yes, 43, some conferring down there. 43,000 bid in the room. Any more? At 43,000. Bid on my left, 44,000. Against you now at 44. You're out. You're out. Thank you at 44. You're out. Thank you, sir, at 44. Any more down here on the right? The Sunbeam Tourer at £44,000. No more online. All done over there. Selling now. 44,000. Absentee.
Lot number 112, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1908 Renault Type V1 Series B, 20-30 horsepower Laundelette, offered, of course, ladies and gentlemen, from part of the Bolin collection since 1973. Again, ladies and gentlemen, temporary import bond for this car, as per all of the other Bolin cars. An important vintage Renault, elegant, sumptuous, formal coachwork by one of the finest French firms, ladies and gentlemen, an appealing older presentation with fine interior fitments.
Thank you very much indeed. Will, the Renault, very elegant Landelette coachwork by Mion Gouillet. There it is, showing on our screens. Landelette coachwork, very elegant indeed. Where can we open it? Can we open it at 35,000, ladies and gentlemen? 35,000? 35, 30 you've got. That 30? 30 I have. 30 is bid. £30,000 the offer at 30. 32. Were you bidding, or was that just a wasp getting in your way? So, oh, you were bidding. 32,000. The back. 35,000. It's against you at the back, sir, at 35,000. 38,000. 40,000 bid. Now you're out at the back still at £40,000. Any more? At £40,000. Any more? 42,000. Well, he's back in again, ladies and gentlemen, at 42,000. Do I hear any more at 42? Your bid? 45 against you. 45 against you. Next bid's 48. Any more, sir? No. 45,000 then for the Renault. You sure? Any more at £45,000? We all done. 45,000, 48, 6,000. I've taken one. I've taken one, sir. That 47,000, 48,000, 49,000. Take 500. 48,000 against you. Would you like 500? 48.5 I've got now. 48.5 I've got. Thank you. Please, for the screens. 48.5 down here. 48.5 for the screen down here. Thank you. 48,500. That's it. Thank you. Your bid at 500. Happy for that. Would you like 500? No? 48.5's the bid. Taking 500. Selling the car. 48.5 if we're all done. It's in front of me. That's yours. Well done. And it is 8152.
And lot number 113 is the 1928 Delage DM Wayman Saloon. Ladies and gentlemen, again, please note, cars come in on a temporary import bond to the UK. Formerly owned and restored by noted figure Francis C. Annette and handsome Wayman Coachwork, ladies and gentlemen. Part of the collection since 1997. Fascinating history and documentation on file. The 1928 Delage, lot number 113.
Thank you. Very elegant, very rakish looking. There it is showing there. Bids coming in at £18,000 already on this lot. 18,000, 19,000 for the Delage. £19,000. 20,000 bid. At 20,000. At 20. 22,000 is bid at 22. Is that yours? Over here at 22. At 22. 23,000 I've got. 23,000. 24,000. Online? 24,000. Thank you. I didn't hear you. 25? 25,000. Well, I have 25,000 bid online against absentees at 25. 26,000. 26,000. 27,000. Several bids coming in. 28,000. Well, they're all on the screen at the moment. 29,000. 30,000. Thank you, Greg. 31,000. Just a moment's hesitation in the room. 32,000. All the action online for the Delage. 33,000. 33,000. 34,000. Still coming in now. 35,000. 35,000. 36,000. 37,000. All with your bidders online. Thank you. I think that's correct there. 38,000. Yes. 38,000. 39,000. 40,000 bid. 41,000. 42,000. 43,000. 44,000. 45,000. 46,000. All online, ladies and gentlemen. 47,000. 48,000. 49,000. 50,000 bid. 50,000 bid. 51,000. 52,000. 52, 53,000. 54,000. 55,000. I'd like to go in twos if we can, but at 55, 56,000. 58,000. We, yep, 58.
That's what they're offering. That's
okay, 58. Yeah, we've got it. Yeah. 58,000. Thank you, Will. Well done. 58. 58. I've got several bids as well. I know, I'm happy with that. 58,000. 58,000 and selling. Any more online? We're offering it for 60. No one offering that. 58,000. Yep. 60 bid. New bidder at 60. Got a bidder in the room now, ladies and gentlemen, at 60. It's against you online. We're asking for 62 online, but 60's here. Keeping his powder dry down here at 60,000. 60,000. No one offering more then? Online bids are out. No more. 60,000. Bids here. All done. That's yours. Well done. Do you have a number yet? Of course not. Don't worry.
Okay, you know that one.
Okay, I've got it.
Lot. Oh, he does.
8373.
8373. Thank you. Lot number 114, ladies and gentlemen, is of course the 1929 Bentley 6.5-litre Tourer, one of the centerpieces of the Boland collection since 1970. Again, on a temporary import bond, ladies and gentlemen, into the UK here. A very well-loved example, utilised in numerous long-distance rallies and documented in Claire Hayes' Bentley The Vintage Years, accompanied by its period buff logbook and an eminently usable 6.5-litre Tourer that would be a standout attraction at any classic car event or in any collection, ladies and gentlemen. It's lot number 114.
Well, another of the Boland collection that when it arrived in England, again, an instant starting car as Jimmy liked them to be, on the button and usable. The 6.5-litre Bentley Tourer showing outside. Where can we open the bidding on this? There's 180, 190,000 already offered for it. 190,000 already bid for the Bentley. 200,000, 220,000. 240,000. Here nearer me at £240,000, ladies and gentlemen, at 240 against you standing, at 240,000, at 240. Bidders near me seated at 240,000. 240,000. Do I sell the car? At 240,000 against you standing. Take 10 if you wish. No, you're out then at £240,000. Any more? £240,000. The bid's on my right. Any more? All done? You sure now? Selling the car. Against you standing. No further offers. £240,000. Any more? Online it's against you. Sure? He's out. Well done. 8009.
Lot number 115, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1912 Daimler 15 horsepower open drive Lagonda. Again, in the UK on a temporary import bond, please note, and formerly owned by John Cuthill Sword and the Sharp family. Handsome and very dignified coachwork, ladies and gentlemen, on a very desirable chassis. 15 horsepower, sleeve valve engine, very definite definition of patina, and still as it was kept by pioneering collectors, ladies and gentlemen, the 1912 Daimler.
Thank you, Will. Lot 115 then, showing on our screens another elegant landaulette. There it is showing. It's down. It's with the landaulette down outside, so you can see the two variations. And again, well, £20,000 offered for it. We're opening it at 20,000 with a bid of £20,000. At £20,000. 22,000, thank you. We're off at 22,000. 22,000, go in twos. 24,000 seated at 24,000. 24. At £24,000. 26,000. Bidding, sir? 26, it's against you. 2,000 next bid. 28,000, thank you. At 28,000. Your bid. At 28. 30,000 I have. 30,000 I have. International bid coming in there at 30,000. Any more online? At 30,000. At 30,000. Selling the car at £30,000. Selling the car at £30,000. Now take 1,000 anywhere else, but at £30,000. Last chance. Not yours at the back, seated. You sure? All done? 30,000. 8189.
And lot number 116, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1913 Daimler TS38 all-weather cabriolet, a fabulous vintage Daimler with one of the earliest known Salmon's bodies, believed to have been delivered new to Karachi and retained there until 1982. Very attractive restoration, beautiful colours, and Veteran Car Club dated with colonial specification 38 horsepower chassis.
Okay, lot 116. I hope you've had a look at the Daimler, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful interior trim on it. The all-weather cabriolet. And we'll open it where? 35,000 for it? 30,000 somewhere, please. 30,000 for an opening bid. 30,000. Yes? 30,000 it is. At 30,000 pounds, the opening bid. At 30,000. At 30,000. Any more down here in front of me at 30,000 from the Emerald Isle? Yes, 32,000. Thank you. 32,000. 32,000. 35,000, your bid. 35,000. The bid's there at 35,000. At 35. 36. 36 I'm bid. I'll take 1,000 if it helps. 37,000. Yes or no? 37 I have. 38,000 offered. Going in ones, if that helps you. 39,000. Bid now at 39. In the room at 39,000 pounds. Any more? Shall I sell the car? 40 bid. 40 bid, new bidder. Peter against your bidder now at 40,000. At 40,000. Take one anywhere else. But at 40,000 pounds. Car selling all the way, of course. At 40,000. Are we all done? Selling the car, no one else down here at 40,000? Selling the car at 40,000 pounds. We're all done? No further offers? What's that, 500? 500. Yeah, okay, 500 bid. 40,500. It's now 41,000 against you, sir. You want another 500? No, it's 41,000. I'll take 500. We're selling the car. No more. Thank you very much indeed. 41,000 against you at the back.
Lot number 117, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bentley Mark 6 drophead, of course. One of just 6 drophead coupes built by Van den Pla on a Mark 6 chassis. Very interesting ownership history, including registration in Lebanon and acquired by the Boland Collection, ladies and gentlemen, from the Irish Bentley impresario Paul MP, ladies and gentlemen. An evocative and very beautifully cosmetic restoration with original details throughout. It is the 1947 Bentley, and it has come in on a temporary import, please note. It is lot number 117.
Thank you then. The Mark 6 drophead coupe was just showing to my right outside the marquee here. Unusual to see that Van den Pla coachwork on it. Very nice, very elegant car. And again, one of the last cars obtained for the collection, one of the last cars that in fact Jim was fettling in those days. Where should we start the bidding on it? £15,000 for it? It's got to be worth that. 15 straight, 16, several in the air, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1. 21 I've got. Down here at 21. Is it going back to Ireland? Come along. Where it? No. 21,000, 22,000, 23,000. It's not yours, Glyn, yet. At 23,000. 24? 24,000. 25,000, 26,000, 26,000 in front of me. 3 of you in, the bidders in front of me. 26,000, 27,000, 500, 27,500. It was just worth that 500 to him. What about you, sir? 28,000, 28,500. It's only 500. Just remember that, sir. Just remember, 28,500 down here. No, 28,500 down here. Thank you, though. It's against you at the moment. Take another look, and it's outside, within your sight range, sir. No more? Selling the car down here, then. 28,500. Any more? No further bids over there? Not going back? Not going back to Ireland? Yes, 500? 29,000. Dollar was strong when you left there, wasn't it? Was stronger than it was? No? No? £29,000 and selling. Well done. Going home next to Nas. There it is, 29,8225. 29,000.
And lot number 118 is the 1937 Lagonda LG45 Tickford all-weather saloon. Again, come into the UK on a temporary import bond, ladies and gentlemen. Please note, a fascinating known ownership history from new, and originally delivered to noted shipping, later went to Lord Sanderson, and custom bodywork with fascinating top design. Retains its matching numbers, engine, handsome appearance throughout, of course, and a very elegant car, ladies and gentlemen. It is lot number 118.
Well, last of the Boland collection, lot 118, the all-weather Tickford saloon with the wind-back convertible coachwork. Where can we open the bidding on this? We can at 35,000, ladies and gentlemen. 35,000 bid for it. Showing there it is there. Two-tone colour scheme. 35, 38,000. 38,000. You bidding at 38, 40,000. 40,000 offered, 42,000. £42,000 now. Coming, no more? £42,000 bid. 42, any more online? 42. All done? 42,000. Any more bids? Selling the car? £42,000. No one offering more? No one offering more at 42,000? Are you sure? 44, where was that? You got it? 44, thank you. Well done. 44,000. Well, absentees out. Biddings in the room, 44,000. Bids on my right, 44,000. Any further offers? No further bids? On my right then, 44,000. The Lagonda, last in the Boland collection. Selling now. 44,000, and the number was... Got the sun in my eyes there.
8010.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Malcolm.
Okay.
Pass
you over to Sholto now.
Indeed.
Thank you.
We are moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to lot 119, which of course is the Lotus Elite Series 2. Please note the car has entered the UK on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside the UK on approved bill of lading with sporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UK. This Elite, ladies and gentlemen, was first owned by Honda Motor Company founder. It's just incredible, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Soichiro Honda himself. Absolutely incredible provenance, subject to a complete restoration from 2018 to 2021, and featured in Classic and Sports Car magazine in 2021 of that year. Accompanied by Lotus Classic Certificate of Vehicle Provenance, and eligible for Revival, Le Mans Classic, and many other historic events. Sholto.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you to the Boland family, and thank you to all our friends from Ireland who've come and supported us at the sale for the first section. We appreciate all of the support. Well done. Thank you, Malcolm, and thank you again to the Boland family. Well, on to the post-war sections now, in lot 119, the Lotus Elite. Well, Honda Motor Car Company founder, first owned, incredible history. What should we say? 25 anywhere? 25,000 anywhere for the Elite. 25 anywhere. Come along now. It's no reserve. It's no reserve. Try 20, ladies and gentlemen. Lotus Elite, the Honda family at 20,000 anywhere.
Yes.
Where's the bid?
Straight ahead.
Thank you. 20,000. Maiden bid. It's no reserve. I have to sell at 20,000. Any more bids? At 20,000. 22,000 online. Against you. I do see you. You're first at 22. Now you can come in, sir. 25. 25,000. Against the online bidder at 25,000. I have your bid. The car is on sale. It's no reserve. 28,000. I've taken ahead of the internet in the room with you, Ant. 28,000. Would you like 30, sir? 30,000. Keep it twos, Ant. Come along now. Maiden bid. Come on. 32 online. 35. 35,000. 35. It's online bid versus the room here. 38,000 online. Still good value, sir. Still good value, sir. 40,000. 40,000. At £40,000. Here, Seated, 42,000. 42,000. Don't leave anything on the table, sir. Try one more. He's on the ropes. I can feel it, sir. 45,000. 45,000. 48,000. 48,000. You couldn't restore it for that, sir. 48,000. Try one more, sir. 50,000 pounds here in the room. 50,000. 52,000. 52,000. 55 would be next, sir. 52,000. 55,000. 55,000. 58,000. Are you sure this time? You've said that a couple of times to me, sir. Are you sure this time? Try one more. Honda, 60,000. You should come to all the sales, sir. Thank you. 62,000. You sure this time? You sure this time? Does he mean it, you two? Does he mean it? You absolutely sure? Well, at 62, you are going to miss it. Fair warning to you now, sir. Fair warning. Look at me. Try one more. Are you sure? A 62,000. You're saying no. I'll try 64 if it helps you. 63? All right, 63. We have to help you, sir. 63,000. 64,000. We'll keep it in ones. You sure this time? Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much. At 64,000, the bid's on the internet. Fair warning to the rest of the room. At 64,000, the car is sold. 64,000. Thank you, sir.
And lot number 120 is the 1995 Aston Martin Virage Volante, ladies and gentlemen. 5.3-litre V8, one of just 121 in right-hand drive built, ladies and gentlemen. Finished in the custom shade of Porsche Amazon Green over magnolia leather interior and black mohair convertible hood. Just 32 miles driven since the last recorded service and presents in superb original condition, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we have some phone bids coming in. It is lot number 120.
Thank you, Felix. Felix, are you hooked up? No? Okay, thank you. Well, I've got an absentee bid. I can go straight in with the absentee bid of £20,000 with the absentee at 20,000. Any more bids now? 20,000. A lot of car for the money at 20,000. 21, 22, 22,000. Any more bids now? 22,000 I'm bid at 22. 22,000 only, ladies and gentlemen, for the Virage. It is absolutely a magnificent conditioned car at 22,000. Any further offers? Any further offers? Ladies and gentlemen, looks good value for that, ladies and gentlemen. At 22, 23. I've just taken ahead of you. I've just taken ahead of you at 24 now. At 24,000. The book is clear with Gus's telephone at 24,000. Ladies and gentlemen, Virage Volante at 24,000. Looks great value, ladies and gentlemen. 25,000. At 25,000. 25,000. It's what we call the hard way. At 25,000. At 26,000. It's all online now. At 26,000. 5.3-litre V8, ladies and gentlemen. Summer driving, hood down. 27,000. It's all online. 27,000. Internet bids all the way. 27 now. 27,000. 27. 27. Where's the bid? Hello, Roger. 28,000. It's a good car. You know it makes sense, Roger. Good to see you. And you, Emma. Good to see you. How are you? At 28,000 with Roger. At 28,000. Any more? 29,000. 30,000. Thank you, Roger. 30,000. At 30,000, I'm bid. 30,000. 31,000. Roger. That's not like you. What's happened? 32,000. 32,000. 32,000. At £32,000. Holding your bid. At 32,000. Well, we're going to call the car at 32,000. You won't regret it, Roger. 32,000. Any more bids online, or any more bids? Gus is just trying to get the bidder on the phone there at 32,000. Are we bidding, Gus? Are we bidding? At 32,000. Well, 33,000. 34,000. 34,000. I think Internet tried to get in there as well, Greg. Did Internet try and get in? Well, it's 34,000 here. Gus is sitting down at 34, going to a magnificent collection at 34. Internet, it's you bid or you are out at 34, 35,000. Or 36,000. 36,000. Internet bid, you've got to be a little quicker than that, please. You almost lost it at 36. It's here now, seated at 36,000. Fair warning now, 36. Internet, yes or no at 36,000. The car is 37. Don't let him get away with that, Roger. One more. 38,000. 38,000. At 38,000. At 38,000. Come along, Internet. At 38,000. This time we're going to let it go. At 38,000. Your car, Roger. 38,000. Your paddle number, 8259. Thank you and great to see you. 8259.
Lot number 121 is the 1988 Ferrari 328 GTS, ladies and gentlemen. Retains its matching numbers V8 engine, which is paired with a 5-speed gearbox, of course. UK-delivered car, delivered new to Scotland, and finished in its factory-correct colour pairing of Rosso Corso over Crema, accompanied by its original Ferrari order documents, books, manuals, and leather tool roll. It is also without reserve, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I have an absentee bid straight in at 20,000 with an absentee bid. At 20,000, selling the car. 22,000, the book's clear. 22,000 with you, Ant. At 22,000, any more bids? At 22,000. Have to sell.
Yes.
25,000. 28,000. 28,000. Here in the room. 30,000. Thank you, Dwayne. At 30,000. Where's Ant gone? 32. 32 online. At 32 online. Thank you anyway. Thank you. 32,000. Against you, gentlemen. 32 online. 32 online. 34. I'll do 34. Yes? Yes? 34,000. Keep it in twos, not ones yet. At 34,000. 30. Keep it in twos, please. 34, 36,000. Yes. Thank you. 36,000. 36,000. Any more bids? At 36,000, I have. At 36 with Dwayne and the back at 36,000. Any more? Where's the bid? Roger, we're going to have some fun today, aren't we? 38,000. 38,000. 38,000. Any more bids? At 38,000. At 38,000. Dwayne? 38,000 against you. At 38 seated. At 38,000. Again, going to one of the great collections in the United Kingdom. At 40,000. 40,000. 42,000. At 42,000. 42,000. Malcolm, maybe get Roger and Emma a drink as well if they... Thank you, Malcolm. 42,000. Any more bids? At 42,000. 42,000. We're going to call it. Dwayne, are you bidding? We're going to call it at 42,000. You're saying no. Any more bids online, but at 42,000. Seated here on my right at 42. Your car, 42. Well done, Roger. Your number, 8259. Well done. 8259.
Lot number 122 is the 1951 Jaguar XK120, an old friend, ladies and gentlemen, this car. I must have done 5,000 miles in this car on rallies. It has been a wonderful steed. And it's powered by, of course, the 3.4-litre six-cylinder from an XK150 engine, JDHT Trust certificate, spare set of wide wheels, studded snow tyres, tonneau cover, fantastic rally entrant, ladies and gentlemen. Without reserve, I'm going to miss it, Schulte.
Thank you, Malcolm. I don't know where Malcolm's gone. Are we on the telephone? You got Woodhouse? Woodhouse? Ingrid?
Jack, Jack's got him.
Jack's got, okay, thank you. Jack's got, okay, thank you. And, well, interest all with me at 25, 28, 30, 32, all with the absentee. At 32,000 absentee now. All with the absentees at 32,000. Any more bids? 35 I've taken online. 35 I've taken online, just ahead of you, TP. 38. 38 now. 38,000. 38,000 seated. 40,000. 42. 42. 42,000. 45. 48. 48,000. 48,000. Any more bids? 48,000. 48,000. 50,000. 51. He's twisted my arm. 51,000. Same courtesy to you, Jack. 51. TP's bid at 51,000. 51. Keep it. I will take a 1. 52. 53. 53. Greg, I think we should get into the Jaguar business. 53. At 53. 53. Tell her she's the boss, Jack. Tell her not to listen to Chris. At 53,000. At 53,000. Any more? 53. 54. 55. 55. Is she saying no? Send her my best, Jack. At 55, she's out. Send her all my best. At 55, we'll see them tomorrow on the stand at the Royal Automobile Club Concours tomorrow. Please come along. Woodcote Park. It's they've got an amazing display of cars tomorrow. So if you're all around, do pop into the Royal Automobile Club, Woodcote Park. Check online. And, well, at 55,000 with you, Tony. Are we done? At 55,000. 55,8008. Well done.
Lot number 1, 2, 3 is the 1926 Bentley 3-litre Red Label Wayman Saloon, ladies and gentlemen. A very original and delightful speed model, lightweight Wayman patent coachwork, offered from single-family ownership since 1967, and retains its matching numbers. Engine history file includes a buff logbook, registration, of course, and accompanied by a June 2020 inspection report from Mark Authority William Metcalf of Vintage Bentley. It is lot number 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Will. Well, isn't this magnificent jewel of a 3-litre in current ownership since 1967? Just wonderful. And a red label speed model, isn't it wonderful? So what should we say? £60,000 anywhere? 60,000 anywhere? 60,000, thank you. 60,000 I'm bid. 60,000, any more bids? At 60,000 only. With you, Glyn, at 60,000. Any more bids? At 60,000, 70,000. You sure? 70 at the back. At 70,000. Any more bids now? At £70,000. At 70,000. 70,000. What's the 80,000 online? At 80,000. Another one, sir. 90,000. Seated. You have good taste, sir. At 90,000. Any more bids? At £90,000 for this jewel of a 3-litre. At £90,000. Any more bids? At 90,000. At 90,000. At 90,000 here. Any more bids? At 90,000, thank you. The car is on sale. At 90,000, the car is selling, make no mistake. Selling the car here at Cliveden House at £90,000. I will take a 5 if it helps the online, and it helps you, Stefan. At 90,000, I will take 5. A jewel of a 3-litre, ladies and gentlemen, £90,000 only. At £90,000 only. Are we done? Are we done? I will call it. I'll take a smaller bid if it helps. 95,000. 95,000. 100,000. 100. 100. 100 here. 100. 100. Try 102. 102. 105 would be next. 105. 108 would be next. We are at 105. We're at 105. The car is selling all the way, make no mistake, at 105. runs and drives at 105. Take another one. One for the road. 108,000. 110,000. At £110,000. 112 would be next, but we're 110,000 here. I will take 112. We're at 110, seated here in the middle here. Try 112. You sure? Michael, thank your bidder there. 110,000. You sure, Michael? You sure? You're absolutely sure. At 110,000, the car is sold. 110,000, 8236. 8236.
And lot number 124 is the 1929 Bugatti Type 44 Cabriolet, ladies and gentlemen, offered from single ownership since 1968. Very attractive, closed couple, original Cabriolet coachwork, ladies and gentlemen, retained in the same condition for many, many decades. A great preservation candidate, ladies and gentlemen. It is lot number 124.
Well, thank you. We've got absentees, Oliver, on this one. Thank you. Absentee coming in. So what should we say? Do we have 100,000 anywhere? 100,000 anywhere?
Yes.
100. Thank you. The bid's here. 100,000. 110? 110. 120. 130. 140. 150. 160. 170. 180. 180,000 pounds. At £180,000. The bid's on the aisle at 180,000. Type 44 motoring at 100. What's that? 190. I can't find you another one, sir. 200,000. We'll keep it in tens for you, Gus. We're at 200 on the aisle. At 200,000. 210. Oh, come along, sir. You owned it for a moment. 210. Don't do that. You'll regret it on the way home. At 210,000. Try 215. 215. At 215,000. 220. Keep it in fives for you, sir. 220. Try another 5. 225. At 225. 230. 230,000. 235. At 235,000. Thank you, sir. It's a wonderful car, really is. 235, 240,000. 240,000. No regrets, sir. 245,000. 245,000. 250,000. She said go ahead. 255. 255. 255,000. 255,000 for this jewel. 260, this jewel of a Type 44 Bugatti. 260 now. 260. 265. 265,000. 265,000. 265,000. At 265, you've been with me all the way, sir. 270,000. 270,000. Try another, sir. 275. 275,000. He's seated. He's seated, sir. He who dares. At 275,000. Gus, you're going to miss it. At 275, thank you very much, sir. You've been with me all the way. At £275,000. It's on the aisle. The car is sold. 275,000. Well done. Your number? 8250. Thank you very much.
And lot number 125 is the 1914 Rolls-Royce 4050 horsepower Silver Ghost Colonial Limousine. Coachwork by Hooper, ladies and gentlemen, and offered from the Preservation Collection. A very, very desirable colonial spec Silver Ghost with a 4-speed gearbox. Retains handsome original coachwork and was used incredibly during World War I by His Majesty King George V to inspect the Western Front, no less, and offered directly from single enthusiast ownership for over 35 years. Royal connection, ladies and gentlemen. It's an incredible opportunity. It's lot number 125, the 1914 Rolls-Royce.
Well, if you have your catalogues, do have these wonderful period photographs. Thank you to John Fazal, the writer of the Edwardian Rolls-Royce, and we do thank, we've seen John, I think John is around somewhere, so where is he? Thank you, John. Thank you, and the Edwardian Rolls-Royce, magnificent. We needed your research for the description, so thank you. Well, it's a magnificent car, it runs and drives, it's been in this wonderful collection from over 35 years, and what should we say? Telephones coming in, as you'd expect. I have 120,000, 120 I'm bid, at 120. Any more bids? At 120 I have, at 120. Any more bids now? I have 120, 120. Any more bids? 120 now, 120, 140,000, at 140,000. Any more bids? 140, 160,000, at 160,000. On my left, at 160,000, 160,000, at 160,000. Any more bids? At 160,000, 170,000, at 170,000. With the bid at 170,000, John? At 170,000, at 170,000. What do we do? With Malcolm's bid, what do we do? 170, the car is on sale at 170,000. Make no mistake, the car is on sale at 170,000 with Malcolm's bidder on the Ghost Tour, I understand, in Finland at the moment with the 20 Ghost Club at 170,000. The car is selling, ladies and gentlemen. I will take a smaller bid if it helps, but we are selling the car at 170,000 for the Colonial Ghost at 170. Malcolm's bidder, I'll take 175 anywhere if it helps, but at 170,000, the car is sold. 170,000, 8191. Well done.
Lot number 126 is the 1957 AC Bristol. Very rare, desirable, delivered new to Venezuela and ownership history in the United States. It was acquired by the consignor in August 2017. Notably competed in the Carrera Panamericana, California Mille, Copper State 1000 and Sonoma Historic Motorsport Festival and at Laguna Seca. Subject to a nut and bolt restoration by Stanton Motorsports of Berkshire from 2018 to 2021, with invoices totaling over £315,000. An incredibly eligible car, ladies and gentlemen. You could do any race event that you like. It's lot number 126, with incredible amount of expenditure recently spent on the car.
Well, 315,000 spent on this Asika. I actually followed this car on the Generations rally with Rally the Globe. They do a fabulous event. Comes from a great, great home. And what should we say? 50, 60, sorry, 40, 50 I'm bid. I'm already bid 50. Any more bids at 50,000? At 50,000?
60.
60 online at 60,000. Any more bids at 60,000? Online bid at 60,000. Fair warning at 60,000. At 60,000 pounds. Any more bids at 70,000 against the online now. At 70,000. At 70,000. 80,000 now. 80,000. Online's going to take it at 80,000 pounds. Any more bids at 80,000? 80,000 pounds. Any more bids? 90,000. In the room at 90,000. At 90,000 pounds. Against the online bidder. I have the bid here. At 90,000 pounds for the Asika. At 90,000 pounds. Any more bids? The car is on sale at 90,000. Online, are we trying another one? But we're at 90,000. I'm going to call it at 90,000 pounds. Fair warning now at 90,000.
Bid.
100. 100,000. You, sorry. It's my sister, by the way, bidding. sorry, Bucks. I have to do my job. 100,000. Yeah, I'll take the 5. Okay, family affair. 105,000. 105,000. At 105,000. Nepotism. 105,000. Any more bids? At 105,000. Any more bids? 105 against the online bid. At 105,000. Keeping it in the family at 105. your car, 105. Thank you. 8140, well done. 8140, and I know where you live to chase the money.
Okay, lot number 127, ladies and gentlemen, is of course the 1958 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Roadster, delivered new to the United States in 1958 and offered from the estate of the late Barry Burnett. Retains its matching numbers, chassis, body, differential and steering box. It left the factory in silver and is now in a very, very attractive color combination of Blau rather, of a beige interior, and benefits from a complete engine and injection pump rebuild by Chris Shenton, 2019. Large history file, data card, manuals in English and German, and service station booklet invoices, old MOTs and previous V5Cs, accompanied by a matching colour hardtop roof and new old stock spare windscreen. It is, of course, 300 SL Roadster.
Well, the Burnett collection, Barry collection was wonderful. Actually, Rob Myers, who's here, our CEO, actually bought from Barry the 66 Daimler, which he proceeded to win Pebble Beach with. The Corsica-bodied 66 Daimler was from the Burnett collection. The family are here, and we will do our very best. And, well, what should we say? Do we have 400,000 anywhere? 400,000 anywhere?
Yes.
400 I'm bid. At 400 I'm bid. Any more now? 420 I've taken at 420, 450, 450, 480, 500 now, 500,000. The bid's here with Oliver at 500,000. The car is on sale, ladies and gentlemen, at 500,000. Make no mistake. Focus, ladies and gentlemen. The car is on sale. 300 SL Roadster at 500,000. At 500,000, the car is on sale, Glyn. At 500,000. Any more? Rob, at 500,000. At 500,000. At 500,000. Any more bids? At 500,000. Glyn, I'll give you a moment, but the car is on sale. We are on sale. Online bidders. Rob, were you going to, you were going, no, you sure? Okay, at 500,000. Any more? 520,000. Keeping it in the UK at 520,000. Any more? 520,000. Any more bids? The car is selling, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful example at 520,000. Any more bids? We're just trying to connect here. We're trying to connect. We'll give them a moment. At 520, I have your bid at 520. Any more bids at 520,000? You sure you can't get through? You sure? At 5, we'll give you a moment. Try again. Well, you're going to miss it. You will miss it. At 520. Any more bids? At £520,000. Fair warning, ladies and gentlemen. At 520,000.
Yeah.
530,000. Peter? Same, 540,000. 540,000. 550,000. 550,000. Try another one. It's a lot of car. You know them. You know them well. 550. Try another 10. 560,000. 560,000. 570,000. 570,000. Make no mistake, the car is on sale. We are selling the car at 570,000. One more for the road, Peter. One for the road. 580,000. You sure? Well, thank you, Tony. It was noted and appreciated. At 580,000, thank you, TP. At 580,000, the car is selling. Here, staying in the UK, at 580,000. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Claire. At 580,000, the car is sold. 580,000, 8146.
lot of noise, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number 128 is the 2007 Creation CA07 LMP1, one of just 3 constructed for the Creation Autosportive team. A 2-time Le Mans 24-hour participant, finishing 24th overall and 11th in LMP1 in 2008, and 24th overall and 15th in LMP1 in 2009. It contested 2 rounds of the 2008 Le Mans Series, scoring 8th at the Nürburgring and 6th at Silverstone 1,000 kilometers. Additional participation in the 2008 American Le Mans Series, including Petit Le Mans, Road Atlanta, and the 4 Hours of Laguna Seca. It was restored by leading LMP specialist BBM Sport, proven race winner in Masters Endurance Legends Series, ladies and gentlemen, and eligible for a number of prestigious historic racing series, including the Masters Endurance Legends and the new LMP-focused World Endurance Championship Sport Series. It is without reserve, ladies and gentlemen, a Le Mans participant, lot number 128.
Well, a wonderful, wonderful example, isn't it? 2007 Creation here. Looks a lot of fun. And what should we say? It's no reserve. It's no reserve. What should we say? 150,000 anywhere. 150,000 anywhere for the Creation. 150,000 anywhere. Where's the maiden bid? 150,000 anywhere. Come along now. 150,000.
Bid.
Thank you. Online. Thank you. 150,000. Maiden bid. Maiden bid.
Bid.
Once. We'll go to smaller bids. We'll keep it at 170 at the moment. Next will be 200. I'm not taking 5s at this level. We're at 170,000. We go all day if I start taking 5s, but we're at 170,000. Next will be 200. We're at 170,000. At 170,000. 170,000. At 200,000. Keep it in 20s online. We're at 200,000. It's no reserve at 200,000 with you, Harvey, at 200,000. 220 would be next. We're at 200,000. 220,000. Same courtesy for you, Mr. Stanley. 240 would be 240,000. 240,000 is no reserve. We'll keep it in 20s. At 240,000. At 240,000. At 240,000. Any more bids at 240,000? At 240,000, 260,000. Online, it's all online at 260,000. It's a lot of car for the money, ladies and gentlemen. 280,000. Thank you, Harvey, at 280,000. Keep it in 20s, please, Cyrus. At 280,000. Not even half the estimate, ladies and gentlemen, at 280,000. Oh, actually, about half the estimate. At 280,000. At 280,000. It's no reserve. I have to sell the car. At 280,000. Fair warning now to 300,000. At 300,000. Are we done? At £300,000. Well done, Cyrus. At 300,000. At £300,000. Any more bids? At 300,000. At 300,000 now. Any more bids? Are we going to try another one online? But the car is selling now. We will sell the car at 300,000 for the Creation. Le Mans eligible. Well, at 320,000. All the new events at Le Mans now every year. Is that correct, Gus? Or different variations of Le Mans every year? Thank you. Different variations at 320. Highly eligible. Highly eligible. Is that a bid? You bidding? 330,000. Didn't think it was a bid of you. You do surprise me. At 330,000. It's the Le Mans thing. 330,000. In the room. In the room. In the room. Well, there's a surprise. At 330,000, we are selling the car, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep it in 10s for the online bidders. We'll keep it in 10s for you online, but we're at 330 in the room. At 330. At 330,000, the gavel's at 340. Try another 10. Try another 10. Looks good fun. Try another 10. Try another 10 at 340,000. At 340,000. Are we done at 340? It's internet bid I have. Yes? Yes? Try 10. At 340. 340. I need a decision. 350,000. At 350,000. Any further bids at 350,000 against the online? At 350, standing here in the room at £350,000. Good to see you, ladies, at 350,000. Any more bids? With you at 350 online, lot 360. You sure? Well, thank you, Michael. Do thank your bidder there at 360,000. We're going to call it at £360,000. Fair warning, it's online bid, selling the car at 360. 360,000, thank you, online.
Lot number 129 is the Aston Martin DB4 prototype, known as DP114-2. Please note, it's coming to the UK on a temporary import bond, so there will be VAT applicable on the car, ladies and gentlemen, and import duties are payable if the lot is to remain in the UK. An unmissable opportunity to acquire the only DB4 factory prototype of its kind. Retains many one-off features, ladies and gentlemen, and was the personal car of the wife of David Brown himself, Aston Martin Lagonda boss. Notably retains its matching number straight six engine, previously recommissioned by the Aston Martin Works, and requires some further finishing. Presented in almond green over fern green leather interior, and boasts a fascinating history file documented by its build sheet, further accompanied by a steering wheel and spare wheel, ladies and gentlemen. It is the DB4 prototype, and it is the only one of its kind.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what should we say? 200,000 for the prototype, DB4 prototype. One-off, 200,000 anywhere, 200,000 anywhere. Come along now, good value at that, 200,000, thank you, 200. Maiden bid at 200, I'm bid now, 200,000. Any further bids? We have 200 for the prototype, 200, 220, thank you, there's two of you on it now. At 220, over here, at 220 now, 240, and 60, and 80, at 280, at 280,000. Any more bids for the prototype? Both of you on my left at 280,000. Any more bids at 280,000? At 280,000. Are we done at 280,000? Fair warning now at 280,000. Well, at 280,000, I'll try another one if it helps, but we are at 300,000. Thank you, sir. 300,000. Against you here, seated here at 300,000. Any more bids at 300,000? Thank you. I have your bid. I'm holding your bid for the prototype at 300,000. 320,000. You sure, sir? At 320. Well, you're going to miss it. Try 330, sir. You sure? Well, at 320. 330,000. New bidder. 330,000, Felix, at 330,000. 330,000, I have your bid, sir. Here, against the seated bidder, 330. At 330,000. At 330,000, it's in the room. Against the telephone, at 330,000. At 330,000. At 330,000. Is it yes or no on the telephone? At 330,000. I am holding the bid. Stephen, I'm holding the bid here. At 330. At 330. 340,000. At 340. 350 now. 350. At 350. At 350,000. At 350,000. 350,000. I'm holding your bid for the prototype. Fascinating car at 350,000. At 350,000. Are we done at 300? No, at 350 I have. At 350, any more now? At 350, I'm holding your bid, Stephen. I've got your bid. At 350, 360,000. Try another, sir. 360,000. Your turn. 370,000 now, Felix. At 370,000. At 370,000. At 370,000. At 370. At 370,000. You're owning it for a moment, sir. You're owning it for a moment. At 370,000. At 370. I'm holding the bid. It's in the room. £370,000. At 370,000. At 370,000. You're owning it for a moment, sir. I have your bid. At I know, but 370. We want to take the time. At 370. At 370. At 370 now. I'm holding your bid at 370,000. 370,000. He's saying no on the phone. The car is on sale at 370,000. Any more bids now? At 370,000. The car is selling with your client, Stephen, at 370,000. Fair warning now at 370. Your car, 370,000. And your number, eye test, 8298, is that?
Yeah, I think so.
370,000, 8298.
Yes.
8298. Well done.
Okay, lot number 130 is the 1930 Aston Martin 1.5-litre International 2-4-seater. Offered from a private collection, the most successful model, ladies and gentlemen, of the Bertelli first series of Aston Martins, an advanced 1.5-litre four-cylinder engine, and presented in its factory-correct colour combination of black over red upholstery. More than £200,000 spent between 2006 and 2010 on restoration work carried out by Ross Engineering and Acuri Bertelli. Please note, lots entered the UK on a temporary import bond must be cancelled, either by exporting the lot outside the UK on an approved bill of lading with supporting custom documentation, or by paying the applicable taxes and VAT to have the lot remain in the UK. It is lot number 130.
Well, thank you, Will, and I've got interest all with me at 50, 55, 60, 65, all with me, with the absentee
yes,
at
sir.
65. What's that, 70? 70,000. Thank you, Big Rich at 70,000. Any more bids at 70,000? 70,000 pounds. Any more bids? The car's on sale at 70,000. Thank you. To put it down, I haven't finished yet, Richard. At 70,000. Any more bids at 70,000 pounds? At 70, 75,000. 75. Richard. 75. 78. 78,000. Cars on sale, make no mistake. 78,000. 80,000. You sure? Well, thank you. Thank you. I did see that paddle number, so you're in trouble for later. 80,000. I know what you've got. At 80,000 we have, standing in the room. At 80,000 pounds. I will take 82 anywhere if it helps. It's a good car. It's a lot of value. Very eligible, ladies and gentlemen. At 80,000, I'll take 82 anywhere. But we're at 80,000 pounds. Fair warning now. 80,000. Are we done? Are we sure? At 80. 80,000. 8263. Well done. 80,000. 8263.
Okay, lot number 131 is the 1958 Aston Martin DB2 Mark III, ladies and gentlemen. One of just 551 examples of the series built, and first of the road-going DB lineage to gain a traditional Aston Martin winged grille and instrument binnacle. Right-hand drive car, 2.9-litre, 162 horsepower, originally finished in Pacific blue, and it's now in a lovely shade of light green with tan leather interior. Accompanied by its factory build sheet and jack. And please note again, cars entered the UK on a temporary import bond, ladies and gentlemen, so please be aware. It is lot number 131.
Thank you, thank you. What should we say? Lovely Mark III here. Again, very eligible. What should we say? 70,000 anywhere? 70,000. Anywhere? Bid anywhere. 70,000. Thank you. 70,000. Any more bids at 70,000? 70,000 only. 70,000. We'll take another. Take another if it helps. We're at 70,000 only, ladies and gentlemen. Looks good value at 70,000. Any more bids? Come along now. At 70,000 only for the DB Mark III. 70,000 anywhere. Sorry, I'm not 70,000. 75 anywhere. 75 anywhere. 75. Thank you now. 75,000. Any more bids at 75,000? At 75,000 only. Come along now, ladies and gentlemen. 75. 80,000 now. Now there's two of you on it. 80,000. 80,000 pounds. At 80,000 pounds. Any further bids at 80,000 pounds? We'll take 85, but we're at 80,000. Any further bids, ladies and gentlemen? 80,000 only. At 80,000 for DB Mark III. At 80,000 only. Come along now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take 85 if it helps, but we're at 80,000 only. Any more bids? 80,000. Are we done? At 80,000. Fair warning now, ladies and gentlemen. Looks great value. 80,000. 80,000. 80,000. Not quite enough there, ladies and gentlemen.
Lot number 132 is the 1953 Aston Martin DB2 drop-head coupe, one of just 98 examples of the glamorous DB2 drop-head coupe. Right-hand drive, originally specified in Botticelli blue over blue trim, now presented in a very attractive darker blue hue with matching soft-top roof over tan hide. Fitted with a replacement 2.6-litre straight-six Vantage engine and delivered new to Singapore and was acquired by our vendor in March 2008. It has come into the UK on a temporary import bond, ladies and gentlemen, so please be aware there is VAT to pay if the car stays in the UK.
One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The DB2 drop head this time. And what should we say? Interest coming in, 80, 90, 100,000, all with me. At 100,000 now. Any more bids? At 100,000? Any more? I have 100. I have 100. Any more bids anywhere? 100,000 only. At 100,000 only. Any further bids? I have 100. I'll take 110 if it helps. We are at 100. At 100,000. 110. Thank you, sir. At 110,000. Any further bids? At 110, 120. At 120,000. Any more bids? At 120,000. Drop head, DB2 motoring at 120,000. Any more bids? At 120,000 only. At 120. Any more bids? At 120. At 120 only, ladies and gentlemen. 120. Any further offers? At 120. At 120,000. Take a small one. At 120,000. Any further bids? At 120,000 pounds. At 120,000. Fair warning, ladies and gentlemen. 120,000 for the DB2 drop head coupe at 120. 120. Any more bids? 120. 100, 130. 130 now. New bidder. At 130,000. At 130,000. At 130. Well, at 130,000. Any more bids now? At 130,000 pounds. Any more bids? I'll take 135 anywhere if it helps. But it's a lot of car, ladies and gentlemen. 130 only. I'll take 135 anywhere if it helps. But we're at 130. 130, thank you.
And lot number 133 is the 1963 Maserati 3500 GTI Spider, one of just 242 examples built, ladies and gentlemen, and a later production model featuring the injection and 5-speed manual gearbox. Beautiful example presented in its factory colour combination of Nero over champagne interior, nearly £44,000 spent at Bill McGrath at the end of 2024, and accompanied by an extensive history file and very rare aluminium hardtop. It's lot number 133.
Well, thank you. It really does look magnificent. I hope you all had a good look. It just, in the flesh, it really does stand out. One of the stars, I think, of the show. And what should we say? The 3500 GT. Do we have 200,000 anywhere? 200,000. Thank you. 200 straight in. 200,000 I'm bid. At 200,000. 220 now. At 220. 240. At 240. Any more bids? At 240 now. At 260. Yes. Thank you. Good to see you, sir. At 260. Been a while. At 260,000. Any more bids? At 260. 280. 280. Well, thank you. Made one bid at 280. Any more now? At 280.
Yes.
300,000 online at 300,000. Any further offers at 300, 320. Back in the room at 320,000. At 320. 340 now. 340. 360. Back in the room at 360. Save it for the nation at 360,000. Any more bids at 360,000? Against the internet bid at 360,000. Any further bids? 380,000. At 380,000. At 380,000. You're saying no at the back. Are you sure? At 380,000? Well, you're sure you're going to miss it because the car is on sale. The car is on sale at 380. You sure now? At 380. At 380 now. I have the bid. The car is on sale. Try another one. Selling the car. £380,000. At £380,000, Gus, try a small one, but we're going to miss. You are going to miss it. At 380,000, he's sitting down. At 380,000, it's a great car. Internet bidder, you'll enjoy it when you see it. At 380,000, the car is sold. 380,000, internet.
Lot number 134 is the 1922 Leyland Thomas #1 special recreation, a remarkable recreation built painstakingly over a 25-year period and incorporates an original engine with front crossmember from #1 special, along with an original rear axle and exhaust manifold. It is one of Brooklyn's fastest races and crafted by the legendary engineer and record breaker G.J. Parry Thomas and demonstrated at the Goodwood Festival of Speed and displayed for many years at the Brooklands Museum. Featured in magazine articles and a fascinating history, highly eligible and very, very powerful machine. Lot number 134.
Thank you, MJB. Thank you. Yep, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. And, well, what should we say? What should we say? Isn't it magnificent? It sounds even better. What should we say? 100,000 anywhere? 100,000 anywhere. 100,000. 100,000 anywhere. 100,000, thank you. Taken the bid. 100 I'm bid. 100,000. Any more now? 100,000? 100,000 only. 120,000. There's two of you on it. At 120,000. Any more bids? At 120,000. 120,000 only. Are we done? 130. 130,000. Any more bids? 130,000. All in the room. Try 140. At 140. Thank you. You were looking at it earlier on at 140,000. Any more bids? At 140,000. It's in the room at 140,000. Any more bids? Any more bids? At 140 telephones, are you coming in? At 140,000. Any more bids? At 140, 150, you're back. 150,000. At 150,000. At 150,000 pounds. At 155 on the telephone. At 155,000. At 155,000 pounds. At 155,000 pounds. Against the room, on the phone. At 155,000. At 155,000. It's on the telephone, Michael. What are we going to do? At 155,000. It's on the telephone. It's on the telephone. 155,000. Yes? 155, the car is on sale, ladies and gentlemen. 155, selling the car on the telephone for £155,000. Any more bids? 155,000. I'll keep it in fives, but the car is selling. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, on the telephone, 155. What's happened? You were bid at 155. You weren't bidding. Go back it up. Sorry, so that wasn't a bid? No, sorry, we're back at 150 then. We're back at 150. We're back at 150. Sorry, a mistake on the telephone. A mistake on the telephone at 150,000. At 150,000. Telephone, would you like to bid? 150,000. At 150,000. Any more now? At 150. Any more bids? At 150,000. At 150,000. You out on the telephone at 150. Are we done at 150,000? Fair warning, I'll take the 155 elsewhere. I will take the 155 elsewhere. Are we done? Are we out? Are we out on the phones at 150? Are we done now, ladies and gentlemen? At 150. Are we sure this time? At 150. Thank you, 150.
Lot number 135 is the 1970 Aston Martin DB6 Mark II Vantage. Factory finished in Bahama yellow, it's now in Cumberland grey. Retains its matching number straight 6 Vantage engine, which is paired, of course, to a 5-speed manual gearbox. Benefits from the older restoration, completed in 2008 and acquired by the consigning owner in February 2006. Accompanied by an instruction book, workshop manual, copy of its factory build sheet, and extensive maintenance history since, with Bill Goodall's Newland Motors in Sussex. A very nicely presented Mark II Vantage, a car you know a little bit about, Sholto.
Yes, Mark II Vantage, spent many a mile behind the wheel of one of these. They are wonderful. Great family car. Chuck the kids and the suitcases in the back. And, well, what should we say? We've had interest. Nick, you're on the telephone. And what should we say? 120,000 anyway. 120,000 for the Aston at 120. Lot of car, 120 anywhere. 120, 130, thank you, 130. I'll take the bid at 130,000. Any more bids at 130? At 140. There's 2 of you on it at 140,000. Any more now? At 140. Looks good value. It's a Mark II Vantage, ladies and gentlemen, at 140. Any more bids? Any more bids at 140,000? At 140,000? At 140. Any more bids at 140,000? At 140, take 10 and anywhere for 150 now. Thank you. New bidder, 150 now. Any more? Any more at £150,000? Any more bids at 150? Fair warning now to you all at 150,000 for the DB6 Mark II Vantage at 150,000. I will take a bid anywhere, but we're at 150,000. Thank you, 150.
Lot number 136 is the 1996 Ferrari F355 GTS, of course, and it was ordered new by Top Gear and Grand Tour presenter Jeremy Clarkson, no less. Prominently featured in Clarkson's Car Years TV series, the Sunday Times as well. Targa top example, very rare factory sports seats, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, manual gearbox. It retains its matching numbers, 3.5-litre V8 engine, and in its original colour combination of Rosso Corsa over Crema. It was acquired by our vendor in 2013, benefits from a May 2025 service with cam belt replacement, and complemented by original order forms, warranty card confirming Clarkson as the first owner, and owner's guides in their folio. The odometer shows just 14,899 miles at the time of cataloguing. Lot number 136.
Thank you. Well, Clarkson's personal 355, very highly rated by Jeremy, and obviously a feature on Top Gear itself. And what should we say? 80,000 anywhere for the Ferrari. Ex-Jeremy Clarkson, 80,000 anywhere. Thank you. 80,000 I'm bid. 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, at 100,000, 100,000. Any more now? 100,000. 110,000. Thank you, sir. 110, 120 with me now on the screen. At 120 now. Try another one, sir. 120. Are you bidding, sir? We're at 120. Try another. Try another. We're at 130. Back of the room. 130 now. 130,000. Any more bids? We're at 130,000. Are we done at 130,000? You're owning it for a moment at the back there, sir. 130,000. Any more bids? 100. Back in with me now. For 140,000. 140,000. Sir, 140. You sure? Well, he's saying no. You're absolutely sure? We're at 140,000 now. All with me at 140,000. Take another one anywhere. But we're at 140,000. Are we done at 150's come back at 150,000. The maiden bidder at the beginning, he's back in, 150,000. Any more bids? At 150,000 for the Ferrari. Jeremy Clarkson at 150,000. Any more bids? At 150,000. Are we done at 150,000? 155, I'll take it at 155. At 155. Any more bids? At 155. Fair warning. I'll take 5 anywhere, but we're at 155. Thank you, 155.
Lot number 137 is, of course, the 1969 Austin Mini 1000 Mark II, featuring the deluxe trim 998 cc 4-cylinder A-series, of course, finished in factory-correct shade of tartan red over matching interior. It's got a BMI HT certificate, previous invoices and period Danish brochure, and from the British icons. It's without reserve, left-hand drive car, ladies and gentlemen, delivered new to Sweden. It is lot number 137.
Well, thank you. This wonderful collection, and thank you for entrusting us to do our best for the family. Wonderful collection here. What should we say? 100, lot 137. I have 8,000 dime bid, 8,000 dime bid, 9,000 dime bid, 9,000 dime bid. Any more bids? At 9,000, 9,000. Any more? At 9,000, at 9,000. Any more? Selling the car, it's no reserve, at £9,000. At 9,000. Any further bids? At 9,000. Selling the car, at 9,000. 10,000, at 10,000. At £10,000. Well, the car is on sale at 10,000, fair warning, at £10,000, at £10,000. Are we done at 10,000? 10,000, thank you, 8189.
Lot number 138 is the 1938 Bentley 4¼ litre high vision coupe, beautifully proportioned, streamlined coachwork, fascinating features, including a nearly full glass roofline, originally delivered to prominent Bentley client Robert Constantine Graysby, and well sorted and properly cared for in its current ownership. An ideal contender for Alpine touring and rallies, a very marvellous Derby Bentley.
Thank you. Well, isn't it lovely? High vision coupe here, 4¼ and the cars were really well maintained by Mr. Pilo. And what should we say? Interest coming in at 50, 60,000 dime bid, 60,000 all with me at £60,000, at £60,000. Any more bids at 60,000? At 60,000 only. Any more bids, ladies and gentlemen? 65,000. Thank you. I'll take the small one if it helps you. I will. 65,000. At 65,000. Any more now? At 65. 70,000. At £70,000. At £70,000. Fair warning. At £70,000. Any more bids? Any more bids? Internet, are we coming in? We're at 70,000. Any more bids? At 70,000 for the Derby Bentley. The high vision coupe by Mulliner at 70,000. Take 75 anywhere. We'll take 75 anywhere. We're at 70,000. Any more bids? Any more bids? At 70,000 only. I will take 75 if it helps, but we're at 70,000. Fair warning now at 70,000. Are we done at £70,000? Thank you. Not quite enough. 70,000.
Lot number 139 is the 1920 Rolls-Royce 40/50 horsepower silver ghost drophead coupe by Dansk, ladies and gentlemen, who are a Danish coach builder. Superbly crafted, wonderful fine details, and the body was shown at the Forum Copenhagen in 1927. Very well preserved older restoration with mechanical work by Jonathan Harley. Nicely maintained and regularly enjoyed in the present ownership. It is lot number 139.
Thank you, and well, telephones coming in. 3 telephones, guys? Yes? What are we doing? Are we focused? Kathy, where's Kathy? Telephones coming in, and what shall we say? Do we have £80,000? £80,000. 80,000, thank you, 80, 90. At 90,000. Any more bids at 90,000? At 90,000 pounds. Any further bids at 90,000? At 90,000 pounds. At 90,000. 100,000 I've taken online. Online bid at 100,000. Any more bids? 100,000 is the online bid now. Online bidder at 100,000 pounds. At 100,000. Any more bids? At 100, I have the online bid. Are we bidding? At 100,000, I have the online bid. At 100,000 pounds. At 100,000 is the online bid, ladies and gentlemen. Are we bidding? At 100,000. At 100,000. Any more bids? At 100,000. Telephones are hooked up. At 100,000. We have the online bid at 100,000 pounds. Are we bidding, ladies and gentlemen? 100,000 I have. It's an online bid, 100,000. Any more bids at 100,000? 110 now. 110. Telephone now. 110. At 110. Against the online bid. The bid's here at 110. I see you at 110. At 110 now. At 110, I'm holding your bid, Anders, at 110,000. Any more bids? At 110,000. 110,000. Are we done? At 115,000. At 115,000. 115,000. At 115,000. At 115,000. At 115,000. 120,000. The bid's on the telephone at 120,000. 120,000. The car is on sale. Ladies and gentlemen, the car is on sale at 120,000. Make no mistake. At 120,000, make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen. The car is selling at 120. Are we done? Are we sure? Sold, 120,000. Thank you, well done.
Telephone number? Oh, sorry, panel number?
Oh, 8193. Thank you, Will. You should be doing this. 8193. Thank you, well done, Anders. Thank you.
Lot number 140 is the 1933 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Continental drop-head coupe, of course, by James Young. An exceptionally well-sorted, often driven example of the Phantom II Continental. Elegant original coachwork by James Young, and delivered new to prolific Rolls-Royce and Bentley client Samuel J. Harris. Impressively maintained by noted Mark specialists, and veteran of some 35,000 tour and rally miles in the ownership of the British Icons collection. Fabulous car, ladies and gentlemen. It's lot number 140.
Thank you, Will. It is a really beautiful P2 Continental. James Young coachwork. Look at that wonderful picture there on tour on the screens. And what should we say? What should we say? Do we have 100,000 anywhere? 100,000 anywhere? 100,000. 100,000, thank you. Maiden bid. 100,000, I'm bid. 100,000 only. 100,000. Any more bids now? 100, 110. At 110 now. 110,000 at 110. Any more bids? At 110,000. At 110, 100, 115, 115,000. At 115,000. At 115,000. 120 online. Online bid 120,000. 120,000. 130,000. Front row now. 130,000 I have at 130,000 against the online bidder. At 130,000 against the online bidder. At 130. At 130. Try another one online, but we have 130 here. Try another one online. 140,000 online. 140,000 online bid. 140,000. 140. They're saying no at the front, but the car is on sale at 140,000 to the online bidder. The car is on sale, ladies and gentlemen, at 140,000 with the online bid. At 140,000 online bidder now. The car is on sale. Make no mistake. At 140,000 online Sold. 140,000 online. Well done.
Lot number 141 is the 1920 Rolls-Royce 4050 horsepower Silver Ghost Alpine Eagle Tourer coachwork by Barker. Offered from over 46 years of continuous ownership, ladies and gentlemen. An exceptional Silver Ghost in one of the most sought-after specifications. Authentic Alpine Eagle with its original very rakish open coachwork, meticulously maintained by noted Mark specialists and regularly used on tours. Important, beautiful, authentic and indisputably proper Rolls-Royce, ladies and gentlemen, the Alpine Eagle by Barker.
Well, it really is magnificent, and yeah, look, the Queen Mother there, it can be a really lovely touring Silver Ghost, Alpine Eagle, really well maintained, magnificent, eligible for all the 20 Ghost adventures. They're a great club, they go all over the world. What should we say? We'd have 160,000 anywhere, 160,000 anywhere, 160,000 anywhere, 160, 180, 180 now, at 180,000. Any more bids at 180,000? At 180,000. At 180,000. Are we done? At 180,000. Try another one at 180 now. Fair warning, 180, 200 now. At 200,000. At 200,000 pounds. 200,000. Any more bids? Looks good value, ladies and gentlemen. Silver Ghost, Tourer at 200,000 I have. At 200,000. Any more bids at 200,000? Lot of car for the money, ladies and gentlemen, at 200,000 pounds. At 200,000. Any more bids at 200,000? At 200,000. 220,000. At 220,000 now. At 220. Any further offers at 220? 240? Yes? 240,000. At 240,000. 240,000. Try another, sir. At 240,000. Any more? At 240,000 for the Ghost. At 240,000 pounds. At 260,000. At 260, it's all at the back. At 260,000. 260. Well, at fair warning now, it's at 280,000. At 280 now. At 280,000. Any more bids at 280,000 for this magnificent Ghost at 280,000. You sure, ladies and gentlemen, at 280? Thank you, 280,000.
Okay, lot number 142, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1973 Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona Berlinetta. One of just 158 built for the UK market. It presented in its factory-correct combination of Rosso Chiaro over Nero interior. Retains its matching number chassis and Colombo V12 engine and gearbox. Boasts just 4 keepers from new and has been owned by the current owner since June 1999. Comprehensive history file, original Ferrari order forms, and a report by Mark expert Marcel Massini. It shows just 34,714 miles on its odometer, very low mileage example, and accompanied by its guides in the folio, 2 tool rolls, a jack and car cover, ladies and gentlemen. A highly sought after and well looked after Ferrari Daytona, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you. Have we got him? Yep, thank you. Got him. Thank you. Well, what a wonderful example. Long-term ownership. I know the family comes from a really lovely, lovely home. 26 years in current ownership. Matching numbers. It's only 34,000. It ticks all the boxes. And what should we say? 250,000 anyway? 250,000 for the Daytona. Come along now, ladies and gentlemen. We all know it's worth that. 250,000. Yeah, any more bids? Where's the bid? 280,000. 280,000. 280,000. At 280, the bids over here against you here. At 300 online. At 300,000 online. 300,000. 320,000. Keep it in 20s, please. At 320,000. At 320,000. Any more bids? At 320,000. At 320. The bid's here. I have your bidder at 320,000. Current bid's 320 at 320,000. I have 320. 320 is here in the room at 320. Any more bids? 340,000. 340,000. Thank you. At the front here, 340. Try another. 340,000. Try another at the back. Try another. We're at 340,000. Try one more. At 340,000. Are we bidding? We're at 340. 340,000. Try another. He who dares. At 340. Try 10. Try 350. 350,000. Thank you. At 350,000. At 350,000. Any more bids? At 350. 350. 350,000. It's in the room. What should we do? 350. The car is on sale. The car is on sale at 350,000. Glyn, make no mistake. The car is selling now at 350,000. The bid's here. The car is selling all the way at 350,000. Looks good value. Long-term ownership Daytona, ladies and gentlemen, at 350,000. The car is selling now. I'll take 10 if it helps, but online, focus, because you're going to miss it, at 350,000. The bid's here at the back. Going for the first time. The car's on sale. Make sure are we all clear? At 350,000. Going for the first time at 350. Going for the second time at 350. Going for the third and final time at 350,000. Your car, 350,000, 8300.
Lot number 143 is the 1962 Aston Martin DB4 Series 4, ladies and gentlemen. One of only 185 examples of the penultimate Series DB4 produced. Matching numbers, engine, special series straight six, making 266 horsepower and configured in right-hand drive for the United Kingdom. Originally specified with overdrive, chrome wheels, heated screen, factory finish and Debonnet over Connolly, and now presented in almond green. Just 3 registered owners from new and accompanied by a factory build sheet. Please note the car has been in long-term storage and will require some further mechanical recommissioning. It is lot number 143.
Well, thank you. Well, the DB4 Series 4 this time. And what should we say? Looks good value. What should we say? 100. I have 120,000 with the absentee bids here. At 120,000 absentee bid. Maiden bid of 120. Absentee bid at the moment at 120. Any more bids? At 120,000. At 130,000. 140,000. Back with me at 140. 150. 160, at 160 now, at 160,000. Here with me, 170,000, at 170,000. 180,000, at 180,000 for the DB4, at 180,000 pounds. Any further bids? At 180,000, at 180,000 for the DB4. Are we done? At 180, I'll take a small one anyway if it helps. But we're at 180 only, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of car for the money now. At 180,000, I'll take a small one anywhere. But we're at 180. You're going to miss it, ladies and gentlemen, at 180,000. Fair warning. Are we done? Are we sure? At 180. Thank you, 180.
And lot number 144 is the 1961 Bentley S2 Continental Flying Spur Saloon, one of 71 right-hand drive examples of the four-door Continental, delivered new to Berkshire and a hotelier, ladies and gentlemen, 1961, presented in its factory colour combination of Ming blue over cream Connolly leather, powered by its matching numbers, V8 engine, of course, and acquired by the consigning owner in 1988, remaining in a private collection for over 3 decades, accompanied by copies of the Bentley build sheets, scan of the old buff logbook, and previous United States title, ladies and gentlemen. And please note, it has entered the UK on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled by paying the VAT for it to remain in the UK. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, what should we say? I have strong absentee interest at 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, all with me, at 75,000, all with the absentees. Would anyone like to play in the room? But it's all absentee. A 75. A 75. Are we done? Are you sure? Are we done? Well, that was quick, ladies and gentlemen. A 75,000. Sold. 75,000. 8202.
Lot number 145 is the 1916 Crane Simplex Model 5 double enclosed drive limousine by Brewster, ladies and gentlemen, and supplied new by a Bostonian dealer, GW Canterbury, for Mr. and Mrs. Francis L. Swift, powered by the correct Type 9.2-litre six-cylinder engine, extremely rare brass-era American automobile, and part of the Ralph Powers Auto Museum collection in Connecticut. It's lot number 145.
Thank you. And what should we say? What should we say? 40,000 anywhere, 40,000 anywhere. 40,000, 40,000 Edwardian Motoring at 40,000, 42, 45, 45, 48, 50 now, 50,000. Any more bids at 50,000? Well, at 50,000, any more bids at 50,000? I'll take a small one anywhere if it helps, but we're at 50,000. Take it 52 anywhere, but we're at 50,000. Are we done? At 50,000. Thank you, 50,000.
Lot number 146 is the 1957 Daimler Conquest drophead coupe, one of 54 examples of the three-seat new drophead built from 55 to 57. Very rare. Matching numbers, 2.5-litre straight-six engine from a private collection and presented with its period buff logbook, showing Lady Docker as the first owner with registration to her Mayfair address and a JDHT certificate. It's lot number 146.
Thank you. And again, absentee with this one now. I have 30,000 bid, 32, 35, 38, 40,000. All with me at 40,000. Any more bids at 40,000? All with the absentees now. At 40,000, gavels up. At 40,000, are we done? At 40,000, we're going to sell at 40,000. Are we done? Are we sure? At 40,000. 40,000, sold to the absentee, 8189.
And we move on to lot number 147, which is the 1934 Alfa Romeo 8C 2300 Monza recreation. Beautifully authentic two-specification recreation of the 8C Monza. Sounded incredible when it came into the auction, ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago. Rolling chassis and body created and crafted by Design Cast in New Zealand and meticulously assembled by historic Ferrari and Alfa Romeo specialist Setford & Company in the process of requiring 2,100 hours of labour. 3-litre supercharged straight 8, mated to a 4-speed gearbox and powertrain built by Jim Stokes' workshop at a cost of £315,000, accompanied by a FIA historical technical passport. An absolutely sensational car, Schulte.
It really is, and well, with Monza's trading at $8, $9, $10 million plus, it's what an experience for a fraction of the price. Jim Stokes' workshops, the best in the business, have worked on the car as well. What should we say? It really is magnificent. It sounds wonderful. What should we say? Do we have 300,000 anyway? 300,000, 300,000, thank you. 300 I'm bid. 300, 320, 320, 350, 350, 380. It's two of you at 380,000. Any more bids at 380,000? Try another one, sir. 380. At 380, thank you. At 380. Telephone's trying to come in. At 380,000. 400,000. At 400,000 now. 400,000. Any more bids at 400,000? Telephones over here. At 400,000. Just a magnificent, what a beautifully built car by all the best in the business. HTP FIA papers eligible for a number of events. We're at 420,000 now. Thank you. At 440,000. 440,000. You're sitting down at 440,000. Any more bids at 440,000? 440,000. Any more bids at 440? 460. 460 now. At 460,000. At 460,000. For the Alfa, 460,000. Any more? 480,000. At 480,000. Well, at 480, are we done? At 480, I'll take 500 if it helps. You couldn't build it for that, ladies and gentlemen. At 480,000, are we done? We're going to, are you sure? Try 500, but we're at 480,000. Are we done? Thank you, 480.
Lot number 148 is the 1948 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith Cabriolet, ladies and gentlemen, presented and delivered new to the Belgian royal family and used by HRH Prince Regent Charles himself. One of the last cars bodied by Belgian coach builder Van den Pla and offered from a significant private collection of over 53 years of ownership. Newly recommissioned by Rister's Motor Company, of course, and displaying just 11,106 kilometers on the odometer, and a great candidate for entry into preservation class at many concours events. It's lot number 148.
Well, it really is. It's a great history. Royal, Belgian royalty, and His Royal Highness Prince Regent Charles. And what should we say? Do we have 90,000, 90,000, 100,000, 100,000, 110 anywhere? 110, thank you, 110. Any more bids at 110? 110, 120, 120. Any more bids at 120? Internet, you coming in, but we're at 120. Any more bids at 120? Fair warning now. At 120, 120,000 for the Wraith Cabriolet by Van den Pla. 120, are we done? Fair warning at 120. Thank you, 120.
And lot number 149 is the Jensen Interceptor 1971 version 2, one of 478 right-hand drive examples built in 1971 of the Interceptor 2. Covered just over 4,000 miles from 1979 to 2025. Incredibly, just 2 owners from new and retained by the vendor since the mid-1970s. Powered by its matching numbers V8 6.3-litre Chrysler engine, of course, and finished in the factory colour scheme of metallic quartz over black interior, accompanied by its handbook, Jensen Motors Statement of Origin, copies of factory build records, MOT certificates dating back to '79, and assorted invoices. Lot number 149.
Well, I can go straight in. I have an absentee bid of 22, 25, 28,000, all with me. Absentee bid and selling. It's no reserve. At 28,000 with the absentees all the way. A lot of car for the money at 28,000, 30,000. Thank you, Cyrus. My book is clear, but we have 30,000. It's the online bid. The car is selling at £30,000 for the Jensen at 30,000. Fair warning now at 30,000. The book is clear. It's with the absentee. Didn't think, really? Was that 32? It was 32,000. Driving it home at 32,000. At 32,000.
Gus.
At 32,000. At 32,000. At 32,000. It's here. Oh, 34,000. 36,000. 36,000. 36,000. 36,000. He's out at 36,000. Front row here. Internet, yes or no? But we're at 36,000. Man of taste at 36,000. Are we done? Internet, yes or no? 36,000. 36,000. 8373. 8373. Thank you very much.
Lot number 150 is the 1928 Rolls-Royce 40-50 horsepower Phantom 1 Open Tourer, built to specification for its first owner in Calcutta and delivered new to India in the time of colonial rule by the British Raj, and later owned by Mr. Pratap Roy, a prominent Indian car collector, and eldest grandson to a Maharaja, ladies and gentlemen, built on the Derby factory standard long wheelbase chassis and retains its matching numbers 7.6-litre inline 6. Accompanied by an artificial leather-fitted luggage set by DuPont and stored in the rear-mounted trunk. History file contains copies of its build sheets, and it is lot number 150.
Thank you. Well, what should we say for the Phantom 1 this time? I have 40, 50,000 I'm bid. 50,000, 50,000. Thank you. 60. 55, 55,000. 60,000 on my book at 60,000. Try 65. At 60,000. You're saying no? Well, thank you anyway. At 60,000. Any more bids? At 60,000? At 60,000. 65,000. Thank you, sir. At 65,000. At 65,000. 70,000. Try one more, sir. Try 75. Try 75, sir. 72,000. At 72,000. Where's Nick? At 72,000. At 72,000. 72,000. I have the bid at £72,000. At 74,000. 76,000. 76,000. Any more bids? 76. We'll keep it in twos for you as well, sir. At 76,000. Are we done? At £76,000. At £76,000. Well, at 76,000, we're going to sell. You sure? You're going to miss it. At 76,000, your car, 76,8133. 76,8133. Thank you.
And we move on to lot number 151, which is the 1912 Rolls-Royce 40-50 horsepower Silver Ghost Cabriolet. Sports wonderfully adaptable enclosed cabriolet coachwork and owned, restored and rallied by noted Rolls-Royce expert Mark Tidy during the 1990s. Boasts an intriguing history and retained by the consigning owner for the past 25 years. Accompanied by a copy of his factory data cards, 2 toolboxes, tool roll and vanity kit, of course. Ideally suited to long-distance touring and entries into the Silver Ghost events. It's lot number 151.
Well, thank you. It really is. There's great presence, doesn't it? Really special car, 1912. And I have interest all with me at 200, 220, 250, all with me on my screen here at 250 anymore. At 250 now, 250, 280, at 280. Are we done? Back in here at 300 now, at 300,000. At 300,000. It's here now with me here at 300,000. 300,000. Thank you, MJB, at 300,000. Any more bids at £300,000? It's all with me at 300,000. Any more bids at 300,000? 320. Well, you were asking for it when it was going to arrive all day, weren't you, sir? 320. At 320. Any more now? At 320. 350. It's back in now on my screen at 350,000. Try 375. 375, 375. Thank you, at 375,000. Any more bids at 375,000? At 375,000. Are we done? Internet, give them a chance at 375,000. Any more bids at 375,000? At 375. Any more now? At 375,000. At 375, at 375,000. Any further bid? At 375,000. Are we done? At 375. Are we done? At 375, fair warning now. Fair warning. At 375. 375, you're out at 375. Are we done? At 375. Thank you, 375.
Lot number 152 is the 2017 Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato Coupe, one of 99 Vanquish Zagato Coupes built and delivered new to the United Kingdom. Just 2 owners and 1,768 miles displayed from new. Presented in very attractive scorching black over pure black colour scheme with optional Villa d'Este package and benefits from Aston Martin main dealer servicing with most recent workshop visit completed in January 2025. It is lot number 152.
Thank you, and well, it looks magnificent here in the courtyard, and what should we say? Do we have 120,000 anywhere? 120, thank you, 120, 120, 140. At 140 now. Any more bids at 140,000? 140,000. Any more? 160. 160. 160,000. 180,000. At 180,000. Any more bids at 180,000? Any more bids at £180,000? At 180,000. Are we done? At 180,000. Are we done at 180,000? We've got telephones, Harvey, you're connected? Oh, well, it can't connect. We'll give you a moment. We'll give you a moment. At 180,000. £180,000. 200,000. At 200,000 I'm bid. At 200,000. There's 2 of you now. At 200,000. At 200,000. Any more bids at £200,000? Well, at 200,000. Any further bids now? At 200,000. Telephones, are we connecting? But we're at 200. At 200,000. Fair warning now at 200,000. You're all going to miss it. At £200,000. Are we done? Are we sure? At 200. Ladies and gentlemen, are sure? At 200, are we sure? 200. Thank you.
Lot number 153 is the 1969 Ferrari 365 GTC. Just 22 right-hand drive ever made, ladies and gentlemen. Factory finished in Oro, which is a gold color, ladies and gentlemen, but now in the lovely color of Verde Scuro over beige. Powered by its matching numbers, 4.4 litre V12. It is certified, ladies and gentlemen, and supplied new, but just down the road to Taplow, funnily enough, and accompanied by its Ferrari Classique Red Book, as mentioned. It was certified in May 2019. It was last maintained in June 2024 by our friends at GTO Engineering over there, and complemented by tool roll, Massini report, and copies of its original Ferrari odometer. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful car, lot number 153.
Thank you, Will. And it really is magnificent. And what shall we say? What shall we say? For the 365 GTC now, we have 200,000 anywhere, 200, thank you, 200,000, 220, 220, 220. In the doorway, thank you, at 220, 250, 280 now, coming in. Whereabouts in the 280? Northwest at 280,000. Any more now? 280 here with me at 280. 300, at 300 now. 300, any more bids? 320 I have. 320 here. 320. 350 with Harvard. 350. 380 now. Back in online, 380. 400, at 400 now. At 400,000. Any more bids? At 400,000 I'm bid. At 400, try another one, sir. Try one. Where's the camera? 420 now. At 420,000. At 420. Any more now? At 420,000. 480,000. Thank you. At 480,000 here. At 480,000. Any more bids? At 480,000. It's here. Thank you. At 480,000. Any more now? At 480,000. Internet, you coming back? But we're at 480. Any more bids? At 480. Holding the bid at 480. What are we doing? At 480 I have. Try another small one at 480. Any more now? At 480. Oh, what's going on? 480,000. Shall we try a bid now? At 480,000. Any more? At 480, try a small one in the doorway there. Try a small one. Try a small one. You'll have a lot of fun. Try a small one. At 480, saying no. At 480,000. Any more bids? At 480,000. Well, at 480,000. At 480,000. Any more bids? At 400. Well, you'd like a small 490,000. 490,000. 500,000 on the telephone. At 500,000. At 500,000. Thank you. At 500,000 on the telephone. The car is on sale. The car is selling at 500,000 on the telephone. Comes from a lovely home. Comes from a lovely home at 500,000. The car is on sale. Make no mistake, PH, it's on sale. We're going to sell. I will take 510, but we're selling here. No mistake, I'm selling the car. Try 510. You sure? Oh, you are sure. At 500,000, at 500,000, Nick's out. You're going to miss it. 500,000, the car is sold. 500,000. 8490. Well done, 8490. 8490. Thank you.
And lot number 154, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1953 Aston Martin DB2 Coupe. Powered by its matching numbers 2.6-litre Vantage engine, making 124 horsepower, and delivered new to Count Charles of Belgium, and believed to have been later taken to the United States and Hong Kong, returned to the United Kingdom by its consigning owner in 2013, and subject to a recommissioning by Aston Martin specialist Trinity Engineering in 2014 and 2015, total spend exceeding £65,000 at that time. Offered with a copy of its factory build sheet and service records, ladies and gentlemen, it is the DB2 Coupe from 1953.
Thank you, and well, we have absentee bids at 65, 75, 85, all with me at 85,000. With the absentee, 85,000 I have. With the absentee bid, any more bids? I have absentee bid here at 85,000. Any more bids? It's a great looking DB2, ladies and gentlemen, at 85,000. With the absentee, 90,000, 90,000. £90,000 at £90,000. Nick, what do we do at 90,000? The bid's here at 90,000. The absentee is clear. We have the bid at 90,000. We have the bid. Thank you. Thank you, TP, at 90,000. At 90,000. Any further bids? You sure? Are you sure? You sure? 92,000. $95,000. He who dares at 95,000. Well, you're out. It's going here at 95,000. Thank you for the support as ever at 95,000. Sold. Okay, we know. Okay, 95,000. FVH. Do thank him, Tony. Send him my best, please, at 95,000. Tell him about the Alfas in the Peninsula. As we mentioned, we have two magnificent Alfa Romeos going into the Peninsula. Further details will be announced. The Peninsula sale at London to Brighton weekend is going to be quite exciting this year. Do watch this space. We're limited on space at the Peninsula. We did £20 million in sales there last year. Come and talk to us before the spaces all go. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now on to something very special indeed. It is lot number 155, the 1953 Bentley R-Type Continental Sports Saloon, a remarkable opportunity to become the third owner of this R-Type Continental, delivered new in August 53 to carpet magnate Cyril Lord of Northern Ireland, and offered from 50 years of ownership, acquired by the vendor in July 1975, presented in its factory-correct colour scheme of Pacific Green over light beige hide. It wears its original Northern Irish registration number, which is, ladies and gentlemen, IJ1, a fantastic registration number, accompanied by its factory build card copies, Bentley Continental Sports Saloon register assigned to this chassis number, and instruction manuals, R-Type design sketch, etc. It is lot number 155, the stunning R-Type Continental, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful car. Sholto.
Thank you. Well, R-Types are very popular in our family. My father's had an R-Type for, gosh, 30-odd years, and many trips in them. They are magnificent. Does come with the remarkable number plate. And what should we say? 200,000 anywhere? 200,000, 200, 220, 220, 250, 250, 280, 300, 300 here, front row, 300 here, front row, 300 here. Trying another one, sir. We have 300 at 300,000, 300,000, 320, 320, 330, I'll take. 330,000 at 330,000 front row. Any more bids at 330,000 for the R-Type Continental? At 330,000, where's the bid? Tim? 330, you sure? They are magnificent. I'll tell you all about them. At 330,000, the bid's here. That's it, Gus, at 330,000. Any more bids at 330,000? Any more bids at 330,000? The bid is here. Any more bids? I have 330. You sure? You're going to miss it at 330,000, 340,000. You sure now? Well, at 340,000 is against you here. At 340,000. Any more bids? At £340,000. Any more bids at 340,000? We'll try another one if it helps anywhere, but we're at £340,000. Are we done? At 340 for the R-Type Continental. At 340,000, 345? 345, you sure, Glenn? At 340. Any further bids? Well, we're going to miss it at 340. Fair warning now at 350,000. Thank you. 350,000. At 350,000. Any more? At 350,000. Well, at 350 now. Are we done? Are we done? At £350,000. Fair warning to you all at 350. Are we sure? Are we done? At 350. Thank you. 350.
Lot number 156, ladies and gentlemen, is the 1964 Ferrari 250 GTL Berlinetta Lusso. Incredibly rare. 10th of just 23 examples configured for the UK, and factory finished in blue over Grigio Connolly leather, now presents in Rosso Chiara over Nero interior. Intriguing history, and was owned new by Phil Scragg, the legendary hill climb racing driver. Awarded Ferrari Classic A certification in July 2011 and is accompanied by its Red Book. It boasts its matching numbers V12 engine, mated to a 4-speed manual gearbox, offered from 34 years of family ownership, and complemented by a history report from Marcel Massini, spare Barani wire wheel and tool roll. It is, of course, the 250 Lusso.
Well, it really is a wonderful long-term ownership, very rare right-hand drive. And what should we say? 450 anywhere? 450 anywhere. 450, thank you. 450, straight in. 450, any more bids? 450, 480, 480, 500, at 500,000. Any more now? 500, 520, 550, 580, 600, and 20, and 50, and 80, 700, at 700. Any more bids? At 700,000, I'm bid. At 700,000. 700 now, 720, and 50, a 750,000. 750,000 pounds. Any more bids? 750, 780, a 780,000. A 780,000. Any more bids? At 780,000. At 780,000 for the Lusso. Are we done? 780,000. A 780,000 now. Try another. At 780,000 pounds. Try another. 800. Thank you. 800 I have. At 800 now. At 800,000. Any further bids? At 800,000 pounds. For this wonderful long-term ownership Ferrari Lusso at 800,000. Fair warning to you all now, 800,000 pounds. Are we done? At 800,000. Thank you, 800,000.
Okay, lot number 157 is the 1980 Porsche 911 Turbo. Right-hand drive 930, delivered new to the United Kingdom, presents its factory colours of Grand Prix white over black leather interior. Sport seats, sunroof, electric windows, mirrors, plus air conditioning. It retains its matching numbers, 3.3-litre flat 6, and paired to a 4-speed manual transmission, of course. Accompanied by a Porsche certificate of authenticity, owner's guide in leather pouch, and period brochures. It displays just 40,025 miles on the odometer at the time of cataloguing. It is lot number 157.
Well, thank you. And what shall we say? Where's Nick? Where's Nick?
Who's there?
There, got him. Thank you. And what should we say? Do we have 70, I'm bid. 70,000, 80,000, 80,000 now for the Porsche. 80,000, any more now? At 80,000, 90 I have at 90,000, at 90,000 pounds. Any more bids at 90,000? It's all with me at 90 now. Try another. Try another at 90,000. Any more now? 90,000 pounds. Round it up to 100, sir. At 90,000. At 90,000 only. For the turbo at 100,000. Thank you, sir. Been keeping your powder dry. At 100,000, Nick. At 100,000. At 100,000. At 100,000. At 100,000. Live here in the room at 100,000 pounds. I'm holding your bid, sir. I have your bid. At 100,000. 105. 105. Here in the front row, 105. Same for you. 110 would be next. 110, and that will be, that's 110. At 110. At 110,000. You sure? You sure? 100, 115. He came back. 120. One for the road, sir. Turbo. Yes. 120 now. One for, it was the last, what he did one for the road. It's 120. At 120,000. Are you sure now? At 120,000? You will miss it. You will miss it. You will miss it. You'll miss it. Are you sure? Are you sure now? You're going to miss it. 125. He came back again, sir. Try one more. Turbo. Think of the summer fun. Don't come home. Don't go home empty-handed, sir. Last one. He who dares. Last one. 130,000. He who dares. At 130,000. You can't say no this time. At 130,000, and the car is sold. 130,000. 8123.
Lot number 158
123, thank you.
Is the 1931 Rolls-Royce Phantom II Continental Saloon, offered from single-family ownership since 1993, specified as a near duplicate of the original prototype Continental, with performance in mind. Dramatic low roofline, ladies and gentlemen. Very elegant coachwork indeed. Flared wings, dual rear-mounted spares, equipped with its matching numbers engine, well-loved and veteran of numerous events. Formerly owned by noted enthusiasts, Wojciech Maszek and Warren Richards, among others, and among the most exciting Continentals available in recent memory. Just look at it, Sholto. Lot number 158.
Well, it really is. It's magnificent, isn't it? It's been well viewed. It's just got glorious lines. P2 Continental Mulliner. And what should we say? 50,000 anywhere? Thank you. 50, 55, 55, 60. 60,000, 60,000. Any more bids at 60,000? Well, yep, thank you. 65, at 65. Any more now? 65,000, 70, 70,000, 70,000, 70,000. Well, at 70,000. Yes, 75, at 75,000, at 75,000. At 75, the car is on sale at 75,000. Make no mistake. It's a lot of car, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? P2 Continental at 75,000. I have the bid in the front row. At 75, TP, are you coming in? 78? 77, 77. 80,000. 80,000. 82,000. We'll keep it in twos. 84,000. It deserves it. It's magnificent. 84,000. 90,000. He's trying to scare you away. Did it work? It didn't. 92,000. 92,000. 94,000. 96,000. 100,000. You sure? Well, thank you for all your support throughout the day and coming along and supporting us yesterday. But we are at 100,000. You're absolutely sure? Try 102. 102. I think it's worked. He's saying no. 102,000. Are you sure? At 102, your car. 102,000. Your number. Peter, is that? Sorry? 8373. Thanks again. Thank you.
Lot number 159 is the 1970 Aston Martin DB6, one of a reported 317 right-hand drive manual gearbox examples, finished originally in the rare shade of Roman purple over scarlet Connolly interior, now presents on Her Majesty's Secret Service style olive green over cream hide, powered by its replacement straight six cylinder engine, bored out to 4.7 litres and over £235,000 spent by the vendor with specialist RS Williams since 2010. It is a very unique and very special DBS Aston.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what should we say? Do we have 60,000 anywhere for this? A lot RS Williams restored. Wonderful example here of this DBS. 60, 70. Thank you. Straight it's 2, 60, 70. 70,000. Any more bids? At 70,000. 80,000. At 80,000 pounds. 80,000 pounds. Any more now? At 80,000. 80,000. 90,000. At 90,000. Any further offers? Any further offers? At 90,000 only. Look at the bills, ladies and gentlemen, with RS Williams, the best in the business, as we know. Great supporters of ours here at RM Sotheby's. At £90,000. Any more bids? At 90,000?
Yes,
100,000. 100,000. 100,000. 100,000. 100,000. The car is on sale, ladies and gentlemen. The car is on sale at 100,000 at the back. I'll offer fives if it helps anybody, but we're at 100,000 at the back. Any further bids? Any further bids? I'll take 105, but we're at 100,000. The bidder at the back, Dwayne, thank you. Well done, Peter. Well done, Dwayne. 100,000, selling the car. The car is sold. 100,000. And your number at the back, sir? Your number? Sorry? 8246. Are you sure about that? It is. Well done, Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus.
8246. Okay. Bunny boiler. Thank you. 100. Thank you, Marcus. And well done. Gone we go, Will.
Onwards. Lot number 160, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few lots to go. Is the 1967 Mercedes-Benz 250 SL Pagoda, offered for sale directly from the private collection of award-winning Dire Straits bassist John Ilsley and retained by the consigning owner for over 10 years. A mainstay of Mercedes-Benz 60 sports cars with its absolutely beautiful shapes. Lot number, 2.5 litre straight six engine, of course, and finishing its factory-correct silver grey metallic. Benefits from recommissioning by Templar Classics in 2024, in December of that year. And the workshop bill exceeded £10,000. New soft-top roof installed in 2020 and accompanied by its colour-matching Pagoda removable hardtop. It is lot number 160.
Well, thank you. Comes from John Ilsley, Dire Straits. It's the 40th anniversary of Brothers in Arms this year. Signed copy will come along to the successful buyer, vinyl or CD or tape or whatever you'd like. Comes from John and the Dire Straits. And what shall we say? Interest with me at 30, 35, 40, 45, all with me at 45,000. 45,000. Any more bids? 50, thank you. At 50,000, I'm bid. Any more bids? At 50,000. At 50,000. At 50,000 pounds. Any more bids? At 50,000 only. At 50,000 only. For the 250 SL at 50,000 from the home of John Ilsley from Dire Straits at 50,000, 55,000 now. 55. At 55,000. Any further offers at 55,000? Are we done? I'll take another one, small one if it helps anywhere. We're at 55,000. Fair warning now. At 55,000, are we done? Are we sure? At 55. Thank you. 55.
Okay, lot number 161 is a 1971 Aston Martin DB V8, ladies and gentlemen, which is offered directly from the private collection of Hollywood actor Orlando Bloom, no less. Retains its matching numbers 5.4-litre V8, rated at the factory of 320 brake horsepower, and one of just 402 V8s made between 69 and 72 in the DBS model. Aston Martin flagship of its time, and at the time of its launch, ranked the fastest production four-seater car in the world. Copy of its factory build sheet, service record, and it is without reserve, ladies and gentlemen. Please pay attention.
Thank you. Well, I've got absentee interest at 45, 50, 55, all with me at 55, 55,000 with the absentee bids at 55,000. Any more bids at 55,000? We will sell at 55,000. It's no reserve. From the collection of Orlando Bloom at 55,000. Any more bids? The absentee will take it at 55. If there's no better offer, I'm selling the car at 55. Are we done? Are we sure? Sold, 55,000. Absentee, 8189.
Lot number 162 is the 2017 Land Rover Range Rover Custom, ladies and gentlemen. Please note it is titled as a 2004. Perhaps the ultimate re-engineered Land Rover by Range Rover Classic body shape, and is transposed onto a Discovery 3 chassis. Among the first examples made and former demonstrator vehicle for the Chieftains, ladies and gentlemen. Just one owner since the vendor acquired the car directly from JIA Limited, parent company of Chieftain in 2020. Powered by supercharged V8 with 556 horsepower, Olin suspension, you name it, ladies and gentlemen. Please note that this vehicle may be subject to inspection by a DVLA, and buyers outside of the UK should consult an RM specialist prior to bidding. And it is lot number 162. It's without reserve.
Thank you. Can you put that on charge?
Yeah.
And thank you. Well, the penultimate lot of today's sale. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for the support. And we will see you. Monterey is coming next. California, the big one. The US team putting together almost very exciting lineup indeed. Munich in Europe, and of course Peninsula London, over London to Brighton weekend, keeping us busy for the rest of the year. But here we are on the Land Rover Range Rover Custom, and what should we say? 20,000 anywhere? 20,000 anywhere. Come along, it's no reserve. It's no reserve, ladies and gentlemen. Come along now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Where's the bid? 20,000, thank you. 20,000, any more bids? 20,000, 20,000. We had more inquiries on this than any other car.
Yep,
25, 25, try 30, sir. 30,000, 30,000. Try another, sir. 30,000. Try another, sir. At 30,000, 35. 35 is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. 35, 40,000. 45, I have 40. 45. 50, new bidder. 50,000. He's trying to scare you away, gents. 50,000. Try 55. You sure? Well, at 50,000, are you going to miss it as well, sir? Think of the smile on your face. New bidder, 55. 55,000 pounds. Any more bids at 55,000 pounds? At 55,000. Are we done? At 55, 60,000. 60,000. At 60,000 pounds. At 60,000. Fair warning. Fair warning. 62. 62. Keep it in twos for you, Nick, but we have to be quick. If they're going to be small, they have to be quick. At 62,000. 64. Gosh, this is legendarily quick on the telephone bid. 66. 66,000. 66,000. 66,000. Are we done? If this is out at 66,000. Are we done at 66,000? Any more bids at 66,000 pounds? Are we done? Are we sure? Squire, one for the collection. 66,000. 66,000. 8199. Thank you.
Okay, the final lot, ladies and gentlemen, of this evening. Thank you very much for your attendance. It is the 1948 Land Rover Series 1, the oldest known surviving military Land Rover in existence, ladies and gentlemen. Desirable pre-1500 80-inch chassis, and one of the first 20 vehicles dispatched to the Ministry of Supply in 1948, fully restored to an absolute beautiful standard, to factory-correct specification, of course, and believed to have been dry stored for the last 40 years. Without reserve, Sholto, the last lot of the evening.
Thank you, last lot. Thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed the Cliveden sale this year, and thanks for the support. And what should we say? I have 25, 30, 35, all with me with the absentee at 35,000. Any more bids now? At 35,000 for this magnificent Series 1 Land Rover at 35,000 only. I will have to let it go. At 35, screens are going off. We haven't finished yet. At 35,000. Any more bids? At 35,000. Absentee,
Yep.
40,000. 40,000 I took from Harvey. At 40,000, my book is clear. At 40,000, you coming in, sir? You trying on? 45,000. 45,000. Thank you, sir. Thank you. At 45,000. 45,000. 45,000. It doesn't get much better for a Series 1. 45,000. Harvey? 47. 50 would be next, sir. 50. No messing around. Thank you. You can come again, sir. At 50,000. At 50,000. You're out. It's going to you, sir. 50,000. Fair warning. Are we done? Are we sure? 50,000. 8364. Well done. 80. Sorry, what was it? 50,000.
50,000.
8364. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. All your support. We'll see you at the next sale. Good luck. Have a good evening. Thank you.